Facebook. Check. 1, 2. Facebook. Check. 1, 2. Facebook. Check. 1, 2. Check. 1, 2. Check. 1, Check.
All right.
1, 2. fyntv.com, test 1, 2. Facebook, check 1, 2. YouTube, check 1, 2.
Our movement is about replacing a failed and corrupt political establishment with a new government controlled by you, the American people. The establishment has trillions of dollars at stake in this election. For those who control the levers of power in Washington and for the global special interest, they partner with these people that don't have your good in mind. The political establishment that is trying to stop us is the same group responsible for our disastrous trade deals, massive illegal immigration, and economic and foreign policies that have bled our country dry. The political establishment has brought about the destruction of our factories and our jobs as they flee to Mexico, China, and other countries all around the world. It's a global power structure that is responsible for the economic decisions that have robbed our working class, stripped our country of its wealth, and put that money into the pockets of a handful of large corporations and political entities. The only thing that can stop this corrupt machine is you. The only force strong enough to save our country is us. The only people brave enough to vote out this corrupt establishment is you, the American people. I'm doing this for the people and for the movement, and we will take back this country for you, and we will make America great again.
I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message.
Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. I'm all wired up here? All wired up. BKP here. Good morning from the office. We're North Georgia's only live online morning show. I am in a very good mood. I haven't felt well the last couple days. I kind of overdid it in Denver, and I just don't remember. Oh, I can't sing that song. I wasn't in Denver, by the way. But anyhow, I'm back, baby, and it's going to take, this show is going to take 2 sets of glasses. It's going to take the reading glasses. It's going to take the faraway glasses. It's going to take the glasses that I hope that Donald Trump will put on to see clearly. We need to send Donald Trump a pair of glasses, maybe. Let me say this. The reason I opened with that, we're just reminding you of the promises and the direction that President-elect Donald Trump said he would go in for you. That is a reminder. And remember, in his words, the only force strong enough to save our country is you. That's it. Now, I'm going to tell you, I am getting some conflicting stories here. I personally feel that Trump is 1 for 4 in his last picks. Now, let me get this straight, okay? Yes, I supported Donald Trump through the campaign. I would have supported this Listerine bottle through the campaign against Hillary Clinton. But anyhow, no, not just for that. I supported Donald Trump and what he said his vision for America was and what he planned to do. I supported Donald Trump for President of the United States. It's very clear. But what I did not do is I did not make a decision to forego the obligation I have made to viewers and listeners out there and to, I always say fetchyournews.com. It's where news and opinion come together and equal the truth, okay? So I will come here and I'm not going to rubber stamp the Donald Trump administration or the transition team. I'm not going to I'm not going to rubber stamp it. Now, I came here early on and told you, that I would be okay with Mitt Romney as Secretary of State, and I was prepared to take the heat for that. So that's just an example. If I see something I think could be, that could reflect that video, whether you think so or not, that Donald Trump told us he would do, I'll come here and I will say it, even if it's not popular. I mean, I'm not here for the popular vote. Obviously, Donald Trump's not either. Okay, so I'm not here for the popular vote at any time. I would go with the Electoral College vote any day over the popular vote. That's actually, I won in the Electoral College vote. That's what I'm here for, okay? I'm not here for the popular vote. So I will tell you, I am okay and still today would be okay with Mitt Romney as Secretary of State. I've explained that. I will go into further detail later. But I think, and we're going to go through, that's why I need the reading glasses. I read about 14 articles, okay? And I'm going to give Trump a chance. It looks like on the military side, to protect this country, okay? It looks like on the military side to protect this country, all right? He's doing a very good job, okay? Law and order, it looks like law and order on that side of his promise, you may get exactly what Donald Trump promised you, law and order. You may just get that. I really think strongly you will. You got Beauregard Sessions there as the Department of Justice. You will see more people, the generals, you will see Sheriff Clark, you'll see more people within that side. So I feel on the law and order candidate, you're going to be satisfied with what Donald Trump does, okay? I feel also on the promise of Obamacare, I'm not for sure you will be satisfied in the end, and I'm not knocking anybody's program. We got to see it first, okay? We got to pass it. We don't have to pass this one. Remember Nancy Pelosi? Oh, this may be Nancy's last day. They may be bringing the omelet guy in. Remember on King of Queens, anybody ever watch that? The omelet guy, when you left, they got the omelet guy came in, you know, that did the omelets for you because you were leaving. Forget it anyhow. So they might be ordering the omelet guy for Nancy Pelosi today for her going away present. But anyhow, you remember Nancy said we have to pass the bill to see what's in the bill? Okay, we don't want any more of that, all right? We do not want any more pass the bill to see what's in the bill. So Nancy Pelosi might be gone. So we will be able to see, I feel good, we will be able to see what the Republicans are putting together for Donald Trump to sign to repeal and replace Obamacare. So I think on that note with HHS Secretary, not Kathleen Sebelius, I think HHS Secretary Tom Price, that promise of repeal and replace Obamacare, I think he's going to do well there. Now, in the world of finance, okay, so I think Donald Trump is going to do the things that is going to create prosperity, security and prosperity in finance. I don't want to create, and stay with me on this, okay? Send me a text message everywhere you think I'm wrong. 706-889-9700, chief@veterannews.com, chief@veterannews.com. I don't want to create the illusion of a booming economy. Exactly, folks. I don't want to create the illusion of booming economy, because these billionaires and trillionaires and whatever they are, and gazillionaires and quadruplaires or whatever they're about to be, you know, you're going to hear quadrillion. You're going to be able to learn quadrillion, the debt, okay? Anyhow, but these people, they make a lot of money selling short, okay? I don't understand it. I mean, you know, I'm just always going to shoot straight with you here. I don't understand 100% the selling short. But these people make money on collapses in economies, okay? And, you know, the 90s, or in 2008, the collapse of the economy, okay, the people that swooped in, made $1 billion. People like George Soros, absolutely. So I don't want to create the illusion. Now, I know what you're going to say, because I'm going to go through these. Okay, I'm going to go through these. And I want to know, see, here's the thing. You know what, they wrote a song, Don't Get Fooled Again. Here's the thing, all right, Kellyanne Conway, let's put this together. I call it the Mitt Romney smoke and mirrors. Okay, now, put up the dinner last night, the sit down. You got that picture of Romney and Trump in the sit down? Yeah, there you go. It's the sit down. You know, Donald calls. He's from New York. Mitt. Well, I want to have dinner. We need to sit down, Mitt. It's a sit down. I mean, you gotta love it. It's a sit down. Everything about it being in New York City, dark, dark little table over in the corner. Priebus, Trump, the ultimate city slicker, New Yorker, and Mitt Romney. Okay, a sit down. Let me tell you how it's going to work. Don't go against the family. You never go against the family, Mitt. My kids are great. My business is awesome. It's huge. Just don't go against the family. Whatever. So they had to sit down. The smoke and mirrors. Get off that picture. Kellyanne Conway goes out last weekend and she went rogue. Did she really go rogue? Did she really go rogue? Or are you getting the smoke and mirrors on this, okay? Did she go rogue? Now, where is Kellyanne Conway? I will go into break. I'll follow, see what she's doing on Twitter, see if she has tweeted out that the Treasury Secretary, we'll get to the names in a minute, the Treasury Secretary, okay, is going to be an outcry. Is her Twitter feed jammed with an outcry over with Trump supporters that over the Treasury Secretary pick? Is she going to come out and say that today like she did Mitt Romney, that her Twitter feed, there was a, social media and personal messages of an outcry about Mitt Romney being said? Think this one out, folks. Just think this one out, because this has got a lot of dots we need to connect. Where's Kellyanne today? Okay. Now, did she get sent out with that smoke and mirror on Sunday morning? Okay. Are we clearing the fog today? Is that what we're doing? Where is her Twitter? Now, I'm going to go and see. Maybe it's out there. Tell me, 706-889-9700. Where's Kellyanne Conway's outcry on Donald Trump's pick for Department of Transportation? We're going to get to all the names in a minute, folks. Where's her outcry on that? Are you telling me Kellyanne Conway's Twitter feed is not blowing up over that one like Mitt Romney? Really? Now, this one might not be as big, but Commerce Secretary. The guy's 79 years young. Now, let me tell you something, damn it. Oh, sorry, you can't erase that, can you? But let me tell you something, okay? When somebody's got to dress your ass and put your teeth in for you, I don't need you to be Commerce Secretary. I'm sorry, I know I'm going to get the messages saying, you're going to be old one day too. Right. When I'm 79, do not tap me for Commerce Secretary, okay? I'm going to be playing my old Atari. You know, the one beep, beep. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to play Atari, smoke cheap cigars, and sit on the side porch and talk to my dog. And at 79, the dog will probably talk back to me. I'm serious, 79 years young, right at 80. Now, I know John McCain's going to be 112, and look at him. He has still got it together. Whoa. That is out there. Now, he's talking about a war hero. Look, John McCain at 90 years old or whatever he is, you know what? Anyhow. All right, let me not get stuck there. But where's the smoke and mirrors, Maybe where's Kellyanne's outrage over the Commerce Secretary? Which I'm going to gracefully admit I missed that one. I was calling David Perdue, okay? I was calling David Perdue, so let me get that on the record. Commerce Secretary, huh? Let's see, who is that one, right? Oh, folks. Commerce Secretary, Department of Treasury, Treasury Secretary, Department of Transportation. That's 3 misses for me, okay? And 1 Tom Price. So we'll see. Now the owner of the Cubs, okay, and just because the Cubs won the World Series doesn't make, I got to see. The verdict's going to be out, okay? I don't want the Cub fan mad, all right? But the verdict is out. I got to look into this. Just because he rode in a parade you know, and he had tears in his eyes, and he brought a World Series to the Cubs, doesn't mean. There's something about New York and Chicago and the financial system in this country and the Soroses and the, dare say it, the Rothschild. Yeah, I said it. I'm probably the only one. Let me tell you something, okay? There's something about this. All I don't want is a phony economy. The last time the economic engine of this country was fired up in a way that was real was Ronald Reagan in this country. Bill Clinton was the dot-com boom. That was unreal. George W. Bush was unreal. We have not had, well, we've had several booms. No, we have not, folks. We've had economic illusions of an economy. It's got me smoked this morning. We've had an economic illusion of an economy. We have not fired up the engines of this country since Ronald Reagan. Hasn't been done. I just don't want to see it again. We got a handful of guys that will sell short, and we're going to go into them. We are going to go into the details of who these guys are. I wish them the best. I wish the country the best. Oh, but BKP, you opened up the show and you're not cheering like the Red, White, and Blue Fox Network over 1,000 jobs from Carrier in Indiana. Where's your cheering? Where's the old glory? But yesterday Donald Trump said he would be upset with burning the flag. Well, BKP, how come you don't have old glory flying and crying and giving him all the props about Carrier staying in Indiana? All right already. Yes, it's great news. Carrier's going to stay in Indiana. I hope it stays continuous. 1,000 jobs. I love everything about it. But folks, let's put the dots together. Carrier is in Indiana. Mike Pence is governor of Indiana. Carrier seemed to be one of the campaign themes of leaving the country to go to Mexico. Didn't Carrier play into one hell of a good narrative? I'm just saying. It's my job to come here and look at all of that. Didn't Carrier play into the narrative? I mean, I could be wrong. Tell me where I'm wrong. Email me, chief@fetchernews.com. Maybe Carrier play. I'm happy. I could not be happier. Can you not see the damn smile on my face? Can you see how damn happy I am, Cole? You can see it from there. You can hear it. Cole says he can hear how happy I am. I'm just saying. Carrier, did they not play into the narrative? They're staying, 1,000 jobs. Donald Trump's going to run down there in Indiana. I'm happy. Ford has announced they're not going to move their line from Kentucky. Right? Just saying. You need to look at all the dots. I'm not upset about this. I could not be happier, folks. But I cannot just gloss over when Soros' name comes up, when the Rothschilds come up, when Goldman Sachs comes up. This guy, they're going to tell you all day. They're going to tell you all day long. You keep hearing it on Fox. Oh, I'm sweating here. I got to take a break. I might have to get some spark. I haven't even had my spark yet. Just think what happens after I get sparked up. Oh, I got to wet my whistle. Folks, where was I? Here is where I was at. I should not have interrupted myself. Yeah. I'm my own worst enemy. I'm a Mog, half man, half dog. What? Yes. Anyhow, I'm my own best friend. Yeah. Anyhow, folks, I couldn't be happier Ford is staying. I couldn't be happier that Carrier is going to keep the jobs here. I couldn't be happier. I couldn't be happier that Donald Trump said, you know, maybe there should be a penalty for burning the flag. And the left's going, I couldn't be happier with any of that. But here's the problem I have, is the news media, the crooked news media that Donald Trump railed against, the narrative they're sending you, okay, and I have to tell you, I got to take this with Fox. I watch MSNBC from 6 to 7 because I want to be there when Brzezinski falls off the chair and they finally have to call 911, okay? So I watch from 6 to 7, Morning Joe or Brzezinski or Majinka or whatever her name is, okay? I watch that to see what direction they're going. And I flip over at 7 and I watch Fox. I I have to say, for the first time, Stu Varney let me down. Don't get upset, folks. Please, I'm asking you not to get upset. But the narrative they're running today with this guy, Steve Mnuchin, okay? Let's put his picture up. Treasury Secretary, Steve Mnuchin, right? Mnuchin. First of all, he looks like a putz. I mean, come on, folks. I mean, you could tell this guy's been a putz his whole life. But anyhow, he's a billionaire putz. I mean, you know, if you're going to call him names, BKP, at least throw billionaire. But he's a billionaire putz. I'm telling you. No, I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry, sir. I apologize. I mean, what if he calls this afternoon and wants to invest $1 billion in Fetch Your News, and then he finds out I've called him a putz? I better watch out, right? Yeah. Anyhow, yeah, because I've got the nerve to talk about people. This guy right here, right? This is who he, you know, here's the narrative you're going to hear all day. When is the last time you've seen a movie producer, a guy that produces movies as Treasury Secretary? That's what he's doing now. That's what he's doing now. He produced Avatar. I mean, they're going to go all day long and say, I watch X-Men. I love X-Men. I love Wolverine. I'm an X-Men junkie. Well, just because the Cubs won the World Series, just because this guy produced X-Men, oh my God, he produced, now we got every oh, this is the guy, he must be okay, right? Avatar. He produced Avatar and X-Men. Why, he must be okay. Why, without this guy, we would not have seen Wolverine on the big screen. If I could just get my, right? Get me Wolverine. Get me Wolverine when I call for it. Don't be over there sleeping. God knows, I know you're not sleeping in this room this morning. Get Wolverine up there. This guy, what's his name? Dr. what? What was the guy that, the one guy in X-Men, Dr. what?
Oh, Professor Xavier.
Yeah, Professor Xavier. I love X-Men, right? And who's in there? Drew Barrymore? Not Drew Barrymore. Drew, what's the one lady in there? I forget her name. I like her. But anyhow, this guy, Steve Mnuchin, they're going to tell you all day, well, when's the last time we had a movie producer as Secretary of Treasury? They're glossing over IndyMac. They're glossing over, we're going to talk about that. They're glossing over IndyMac. They're glossing over where this guy swooped in with his partners. One of his partners was George Soros. This guy is a big time, this guy bets on everything. You know what? I'm tired of this. Go to read your history. Rothschilds bet on this one. They go to the war. They bet on this one and this one. So no matter who wins, the other one makes a deal to pay the other one off. Is that Wolverine?
Yeah, he's mad.
Wolverine's upset. Get Wolverine off there. That could scare the fans out there. This guy's friends with Soros. Okay, he goes and gets in partnership with Soros. They bet on the downside of this country. IndyMac. I will go there. West 1, 36,000 foreclosures. Big time. He supported Hillary. He supported Obama. But just saying, I don't know. I could be wrong. Tell me where I'm wrong, folks. I'm going to take a break. I think I need a break. Do you think I need a break?
Yes.
Not yet. Not so fast.
Not so fast.
Pull up Elaine. You see Elaine's picture?
There you
Oh, you recognize this guy? That's your senator from Kentucky. That's the majority leader, Mitch McConnell. Oh, that's the lovely Elaine Chao. That would be his wife. Donald Trump wants to do $1 trillion infrastructure plan. And it goes through Mitch McConnell's wife. You want to talk about keeping it in the family? Folks, something's wrong here. Something's wrong here today. Now I'm going to take a break. I'll be back right after these messages. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, by the way. If you're not awake now, I don't know what to do for you. We'll be back after these messages.
Pizza Hut makes great pizza, but they can't tell you what a gift it is. I can. They took a grilled cheese and combined it with stuffed crust pizza. To think, I almost wasn't here to try it.
How did
It's
you...
not important, Jan. What's important is that I watched the sunrise this morning. Then I got to stand in a room filled with this pizza. And later I'll stare at the ocean. Or maybe I'll learn Russian. Or listen to jazz. Or try my hand at needlework. Or open a door for a beautiful woman. Or read a human interest story or make dessert wine. Or ride a wild horse. Or experiment with watercolors. Eat every slice like it's your last. Especially you, Doug. Especially Doug, right? You care about Doug. The grilled cheese stuffed crust pizza. Proof that no one outpieces the Hut.
Circuit World, brand name merchandise at unbelievably low prices. Furniture, appliances, and electronics. Circuit World is locally owned and operated, serving the tri-state area. Circuit World has highly trained professionals to help. Visit your hometown Circuit World today. 3 locations in Georgia, Ellijay, Blue Ridge, and Blairsville, Franklin, and Murphy, North Carolina. No credit checks, so let Circuit World deliver to you today.
El Rey and Ellijay.
El Rey Mexican Restaurant.
Family owned and operated and a local favorite for families, parties, and meetings.
Great prices.
Friendly service and delicious Mexican cuisine.
Patio dining available.
Come sing in Carlos's Cantina every Friday 9 to 1.
Eat in or take away.
Same location for 14 years. Open 7 days at the corner of Maddox Drive and 515. North Georgia's favorite Mexican cuisine. El Rey and Ellijay.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Days ahead. When Days Chevrolet in Jasper gives thanks, we give big. With over 20% off MSRP on remaining 2016 models and savings up to $10,000. New Silverado Crew Cabs from just $31,900. Or get 20% off MSRP plus Days discounts on 2016 Malibus. Now just $18,900. Save up to $10,000 off MSRP today at Days Chevrolet in Jasper.
Better days ahead. Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in Ellijay, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
I'm Sheriff Dane Kirby, and I'll stand up for you.
I'm Stacy Nicholson, Sheriff of Gilmer County, and I will stand up for you.
Stand up and speak out. No matter how rich, cool, talented you believe yourself to be, how you treat people ultimately tells all. I am Allison Sosby, District Attorney, and I'll stand up for you.
Pizza Hut makes the best pizza in the entire universe, but they won't tell you that. I've been marooned on this planet for a while now. You are an impressive race. Your children know excellent hiding places. Your oceans aren't filled with lava. And you figured out how to combine a grilled cheese sandwich with a Pizza Hut pizza. Surely interstellar travel will soon follow. And then I can finally get back home. Round. Round like home. The grilled cheese stuffed crust pizza. Proof that no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Folks, I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. I'm in a great mood today. I am wanting to be clear here. I am not upset with Donald Trump. I just will not rubber stamp. This show will not rubber stamp and will not. I will make a commitment to look into things. Now, there's people out there saying business will win, that Steve Mnuchin will reverse Dodd-Frank and business will win. I want to reverse Dodd-Frank, but let me just say this, okay? Not getting in, I don't have enough time, not getting in the weeds. I don't want to reverse Dodd-Frank I am tired of an illusion of an economy. I am tired of that. I don't want to create an illusion of a real economy. When Donald Trump said he wanted to make America great again, I want that to include a real, robust economy that is based on production and is based on finance, that finance is production, that we export and we import. That's what I want. I don't want finance to be up here and production down here, and that the world continue until we break that cycle. The illusion of an economy is what we continue to get. So I'm just saying that. Now, this is the guy, Steve Mnuchin. From IndyMac to West 1, Steve Mnuchin's big score. Wall Street veteran Steve Mnuchin rode into Pasadena and bought what was left of IndyMac. Now, I don't have time to do this. What I want you to do right now, okay? Okay, I want you to take, not right now, watch the show, but when you get a chance, what I want you to do is I want you to look up IndyMac, and I want you to look up West 1, and I want you to look up Citi, okay? Okay, Citigroup. And I want you to see how much TARP, remember the troubled assets? Okay, remember the troubled assets recovery? Remember the recovery for the banks, the bailouts? I want you to look, when you get a chance, how much TARP money they got. Now, I don't have time to go into weeds, but you do know the massive foreclosures that the government guaranteed, okay, guaranteed these banks X on a dollar. Okay, these banks actually turned into real estate firms, which is supposed to be against the law. Banks cannot be in the real estate business. How soon we forget of what took place in that collapse. Banks turning into real estate firms, they were in the real estate business all of a sudden. The government, your money, guaranteeing them X amount of profit when they foreclosed. Oh yeah, you know all too well, okay? So, look all that up. Wall Street veteran Steve, this comes from 2012, okay? Well, and all you're going to hear today is the guy made Avatar and Wolverine, and he's a TV producer, and he's a movie producer. Wall Street veteran Steve Mnuchin rode into Pasadena and bought what was left of IndyMac, okay? What a putz. Steve Mnuchin never dreamed of running a regional bank. He didn't even imagine moving to Los Angeles. A true creature of Wall Street, a former Goldman Sachs partner and active hedge fund manager, okay? He was making plenty of money in New York, all right? So he rolls in. I don't have time to go into this, right? But here's what I want to do, okay? Here's what I want to do. I want to find this here. In 2008, very few institutions, I have it here, Southern California. Let's see. I have it here. Hold on. Stay with me. Stay with me. Stay with me. I don't want to read this whole article. I had it here a minute ago. I might be in the wrong article. Let me see. Citigroup completes $3.4 billion purchase of One West Bank. That's on November 30th of 2016. Okay. That was on November 30th of 2016. Is that yesterday? Let's see. No, this is no October. I'm sorry. This is from the Los Angeles Times. This is August 3rd of 2015. Sorry. Citigroup completes $3.4 billion purchase. Okay? $3.4 billion purchase. He went from IndyMac to West One to a $3.4 billion purchase. Okay? And the, let's see, where's the one I have here? Well, how come I'm missing that one? I got it here somewhere. I got it here. Where's it at? I can't find the one I really wanted. I'm going to have to do it after the break, but I've got it here. He was partners with Soros. George Soros was a partner of his in the deal, okay? And you've got George Soros. You've got John Paulson, all right? And you've got George Soros. They're all in the deal with him, okay? With him to do the IndyMac deal. This guy was involved with George Soros. I had it here earlier. And I lost that article. I'll have to go back to that in a little bit. I had that one. I lost that one. Where'd that one go? I don't know where that one went. But the guy, John Paulson and George Soros, they were all involved in this. I want to find one article during the break, but that's who you have. Don't fall for it. We're going to look more into this. This is very upsetting. This guy is a Goldman Sachs. His dad is Goldman Sachs. He's Goldman Sachs. Okay? He lands on this sweetheart deal of IndyMac, right? As IndyMac. The first, I think IndyMac was like the first bank to collapse out west. They do all these foreclosures. They transfer IndyMac into One West. It turns out to be a $3.4 billion deal for them as they sell it. All right. George Soros is involved, but this guy, all you're going to hear today is what a great job he has done producing movies. All right, now, let me ask you this. You're going to hear all day because there's something about, I'm getting a little upset with the smoke and mirrors that they're playing with you on the Mitt Romney. They're going to talk all day. Trump sent some tweets out talking about moving his family's business over into not a private trust. We don't know the details, but he's going to give us a speech on a certain day this month and tell us how he's going to handle his family business. I, for one, am telling you, right now, in the last 4 picks, Tom Price from Georgia, HHS, Health and Human Services Secretary, is the only real winner in the last 4 that I really like. I do not like, let me pull this other one up. This guy, I told you this guy, he's 79 years young. Now here's the quote, okay? This investment group backed by John Paulson, George Soros, Michael Dell, and Christopher Flowers stands to gain more than $3 billion from the bet on the failed lending during the depths of the financial crisis. George Soros was right in there as a partner. So the economy collapses, IndyMac collapses, this guy gets these partners together. Next thing you know, you got One West. Next thing you know, it goes to Citi. And see how much of your tax money did this. I just got a problem with that, folks. I got a problem. It's hard to sell me that something George Soros touched is going to bring about, okay? Sorry, folks. I just have a problem with that one. Okay, bring up this next guy. He's 70. What's his name? Wilbur Ross. Let's check out Wilbur. Is that Will? Look at Donald and Wilbur there. Wilbur's 79 years old. Hey. Maybe he's still putting his own teeth in. Maybe he's brushing his own teeth. I don't know. 79 years old this guy is, okay? 79 years old. Now, Trump to name Wilbur Ross Commerce Secretary. What don't we know about Wilbur? Let me get my reading glasses on. While not nearly as controversial as his still unconfirmed pick, where's it? Let me get my audio off here. His still unconfirmed pick of Steve Mnuchin as Treasury Secretary in another widely telegraphed choice. The Wall Street Journal reports that Donald Trump is expected to name billionaire Wilbur Ross Jr. the Billionaires Club, a fellow businessman whose name rings out in the Rust Belt, to serve as the Commerce Secretary according to the transition officials. Now, Wilbur's got quite a background here that we can go into. Ross, as the son of a lawyer, grew up in a suburban New Jersey, and dreamed of being a writer. Instead, he went into Wall Street, and became a bankruptcy specialist at where? Rothschild Inc. I'm just telling you. I'm just saying, folks. I mean, these could be great picks, but this guy became a bankruptcy specialist at Rothschild Inc. in the 1970s, working on high-profile bankruptcies and restructuring, including Texaco, Continental Airlines, and TWA. That's where he got his start. Rothschilds Inc. There's another part here I was going to... Commerce Secretary, I don't want to go too far. Rothschild Inc. Wilbur Ross. Just say, folks, I got some other ones here. We'll read some other ones throughout the show. Now, where's Rudy Giuliani? Folks, let me just say this, okay? All the media is telling you that some of these people can't get through the process. It would be tough to get them through the process, okay? That's what I keep hearing. How hard it will be to get them through the process. Well, why haven't they not just named Rudy Giuliani as the Secretary of State? Well, Rudy will have trouble getting through the process. Folks, do you not remember, it seems like just a month ago, the American people voted for a guy because they don't care about Washington, D.C.'s process any longer. We plan to change the process. We don't want to hear your process. We want Donald Trump to pick the right people for the jobs, to drain the swamp, put a real economy in place, put real sustainable growth into place, and to make America great again. To hell with the process. If I go to one more media outlet and they say, well, they won't be able to get him through the process. If I hear the process one more time, I am so tired of hearing the process. The Billionaires Club. Folks, why did we play that video at the beginning? The only force strong enough to save our country is you, okay? The Romney smoke and mirrors. You have been watching the Romney smoke and mirrors for 2 or 3 days, and right now you're being told your Treasury Secretary, which comes from Goldman Sachs, again, okay? Your Treasury Secretary is a movie producer that made Wolverine an Avatar. No, folks. No. He did not. He made $1 billion and had nothing to do with it after he made $1 billion from the taxpayers with George Soros through IndyMac, One West, and Citi. And that's your Treasury Secretary. Selling short on America. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. We're going to come back. I got to change the direction up just a little bit. We're going to not... I want to know, what do you think of these picks? Tell me where I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, just say, hey, you know what? You're wrong. Say, you're wrong. And I can live with that. But, folks, I have to tell you, I'm not excited about these picks. I'm really upset with the finance part of this. And I don't want an economy of an illusion. An illusion, I don't want, I don't need David Copperfield to do my finance. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. 706-889-9700, 706-889-9700. When I come back, we're going to take just a brief minute and tell you about some upcoming great things that are happening here at FetcherNews.com, FYNTV. What are you're yawning?
Yeah.
Why are you yawning? Don't let me catch you yawning again. Take us to break.
Pizza Hut makes great pizza, but they can't tell you what a gift it is. I can. They took a grilled cheese and combined it with stuffed crust pizza. To think, I almost wasn't here to try it.
How did you?
It's not important, Jan. What's important is that I watched the sunrise this morning. Then I got to stand in a room filled with this pizza. And later I'll stare at the ocean. Or maybe I'll learn Russian. Or listen to jazz. Or try my hand at needlework. Or open a door for a beautiful woman. Or read a human interest story or make dessert wine. Or ride a wild horse. Or experiment with watercolors. Eat every slice like it's your last. Especially you, Doug. Especially Doug, right? You care about Doug. The grilled cheese stuffed crust pizza. Proof that no one outpieces the Hut.
Circuit World, brand name merchandise at unbelievably low prices. Furniture, appliances, and electronics. Circuit World is locally owned and operated, serving the tri-state area. Circuit World has highly trained professionals to help Visit your hometown Circuit World today. 3 locations in Georgia, Ellijay, Blue Ridge, and Blairsville, Franklin, and Murphy, North Carolina. No credit checks, so let Circuit World deliver to you today.
El Rey and Ellijay.
El Rey Mexican Restaurant.
Family owned and operated, and a local favorite for families, parties, and meetings.
Great prices.
Friendly service and delicious Mexican cuisine.
Patio dining available.
Come sing in Carlos's Cantina every Friday 9 to 1.
Eat in or take away.
Same location for 14 years. Open 7 days at the corner of Maddox Drive and 515. North Georgia's favorite Mexican cuisine. El Rey and Ellijay.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Days ahead.
When Days Chevrolet in Jasper gives thanks, we give big. With over 20% off MSRP on remaining 2016 models and savings up to $10,000. New Silverado Crew Cabs from just $31,900. Or get 20% off MSRP plus Days discounts on 2016 Malibus. Now just $18,900. Save up to $10,000 off MSRP today at Days Chevrolet in Jasper.
Better days ahead. Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in Ellijay, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
I'm Sheriff Dane Kirby, and I'll stand up for you.
I'm Stacy Nicholson, Sheriff of Gilmer County, and I will stand up for you.
Stand up and speak out. No matter how rich, cool, talented you believe yourself to be, how you treat people ultimately tells all. I am Allison Sosby, District Attorney, and I'll stand up for you.
Pizza Hut makes the best pizza in the entire universe, but they won't tell you that. I've been marooned on this planet for a while now. You are an impressive race. Your children know excellent hiding places. Your oceans aren't filled with lava. And you figured out how to combine a grilled cheese sandwich with a Pizza Hut pizza. Surely interstellar travel will soon follow, and then I can finally get back home. Round. Round like home. The grilled cheese stuffed crust pizza, proof that no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Good morning from the office. I'm your host, BKP, North Georgia's only live online morning show. I mean, I tell you what, I just got out of the box there, and the next thing you know, it's 9 o'clock, and nothing like BKP out of the box, right? I got a great, hopeful email I'm going to read in a minute. Maybe I like the direction this email went, but we'll read that in a second. A couple things, a little business here. Actually, I'm in a great mood today. I am in a really good mood. I mean, I sure hope you don't do anything to spoil it, Cole. Yeah. I hope you don't, because I'm in a good mood. Anyhow, FYNTV.com. Folks, we are now streaming live to Facebook. We're streaming live to YouTube, and we're streaming live FYNTV.com. How do you do that, you ask? No, I just always wanted to say that. Anyhow, we're bringing it to you live through Facebook. Now, go to FetchYourNews.com. You know, Donald Trump, there are things I got to give this guy a lot of credit for. I mean, I am getting FetchYourNews.com. We are getting more people that are older, flip a coin whether they have their own teeth or not. I mean, I just say, I'm just joking around. Please don't get upset, folks. Please don't get upset. But we have people now that I'm seeing following Fetch Your News on Twitter like I've never seen before. Because if you want to find out what's happening in 140 characters or less, you're going to need to go to Twitter and be on Twitter. And I got to give Donald Trump has made Twitter for the generation. You know, I love the people that say, oh, you're online, you're going to lose the newspaper people. Don't disrespect this generation, folks. Don't disrespect, look at Wilbur there. I mean, he's 79 years old, and he's going to be the Commerce Secretary. Hey, if Wilbur at 79 years old, 80 years old, could be Commerce Secretary, you can be on Twitter and on Facebook and everything like that. Anyhow, okay, you go to, if you want to find out what Trump's doing, you go to @RealDonaldTrump on Facebook. Hence, legal documents are being crafted that take me completely out of the business operations. The presidency is far more important task. So Donald Trump sent out 2 hours ago. You want to know what he's doing with his business? Don't wait for CBS. He said 2 hours ago, he said, let's see, what did he do? He's on a tirade. ISIS is taking credit for the terrible stabbing attack at Ohio State University by Somali refugees who should not have been in our country. Oh, yeah, Donald's telling you that. I will be holding a major news conference in New York City with my children on December 15th to discuss the fact that I'll be leaving my great business in total in order to fully focus on running the country, make America great again, while I am not mandated to do this under law. I feel it is visually important as president to in no way have a conflict of interest with my businesses. Hence, legal documents are being crafted which take me completely out of the business operation. The presidency is far more important task. So I'm going to say everything in the direction that he's going here, I'm okay with. I still feel good about things. But anyhow, let me get back to the business here. FetchYourNews.com. We will be launching the first of the year, the first Monday of January. That's January 2nd, the first Monday. You'll be able to tune in and get a noonday newscast at 12 o'clock from 12 to 1. We are going to be doing a noonday North Georgia newscast. If it happens in Pickens County, Fannin County, Gilmer County, Dawson County, Lumpkin County, White County, Union County, Towns County, Murray County, Georgia, or even over in Cherokee County, North Carolina. We want to know about it. We want to hear about it because we're going to bring it to you noonday news from 12 to 1 starting the first day, business day, Monday of January 2017. So look forward to that on FYNTV.com. Also, we are launching the Katie Sassine Show. Cole will be producing that. Katie will be coming up tomorrow, another meeting here to finalize you know, all the stuff for her show and the timing and everything, but we'll be launching the Katie Sassine show. You're really going to like that, and I appreciate all the nice comments and things that many of you sent back on her demo tape. But we're going to be launching the Katie Sassine show. You don't want to miss that. We have another show I'm negotiating. I'm like Donald Trump. I'm negotiating another show tomorrow night. I got a meeting tomorrow night, a sit-down call, a sit-down. We're going to put the lights low, a sit-down. I'm going to have a meeting. But anyhow, we're looking at another show, so we possibly will launch Monday, January 2nd, with 5 continuous hours of live broadcasting here on FYN TV. Now, go to fetchyournews.com, and up in the top right-hand corner, okay, YouTube. Click on our YouTube. That'll take you to our YouTube channel. If you subscribe to our YouTube channel there, become a subscriber, okay? Subscribe to the channel, then you will get notification every time we are live on YouTube. Now, Twitter, if you want to follow us on Twitter, because I put stuff up every day that gives you insight into some things we're going to talk about on the show. You click on the Twitter symbol there, and you can follow us on Twitter. Sign up, it's easy. Twitter's a lot of fun. Sign up there, but you follow us at Fetch Your News. And then Facebook, like our Facebook page. Send it out. We need more likes on our Facebook page is how we're going to grow. Hit like on our Facebook page, and then every time we're live on there, you will know. So, FetchYourNews.com is coming to you, Facebook Live, YouTube Live, FYNTV.com. Now, we got one more thing. For a limited time only. I always wanted to say for a limited time only. For a limited time only. While supplies last. I always wanted to say that too. Right, Cole? Cole, you're awake?
Yep.
All right, put my coffee cup up. That's the one side. Is that as big as you can get? Make that coffee cup bigger so people can see this. This is the one side, okay? That is the holiday cup. Look at Fetch. He's got his... Don't cover me up. Okay, there you go. That's good. Look at there. FYNTV.com, Fetch Your News. Fetch has got his Santa hat on there. That is one side of the cup. Now show him the other side of the cup. And there's Scoop. Enlarge that a little bit. That's on the same cup. All right? Right there. There you go, FYN, FetchYourNews.com. That's one side of the cup. Fetch is on there with his Santa hat. The other side of the cup, Scoop's on there with his Santa hat. And that's for a limited time only. A limited time while supplies last. Your first Christmas cup from FYN. Now, I'm going to tell you, I don't know how much they cost. See, Lisa's going to be a little upset because I'm not, the store launches, I'm like jumping the gun here. I'm jumping the gun. We're launching the store. Launching merchandising. It's all about do you have my promo video for the store? Get my promo video. Play my promo video for the store real quick.
But Yogurt, what is this place? What is it that you do here? Merchandising.
Merchandising? What's that?
Merchandising. Come, I'll show you. Open up this door. Come, walk this way, take a look. We put the picture's name on everything. Merchandising, where the real money from the movie is made. Spaceballs the t-shirt, Spaceballs the coloring book, Spaceballs the lunchbox, Spaceballs the breakfast cereal, Spaceballs the flamethrower. The kids love this one. Last but not least, Spaceballs the doll, me.
May the Schwartz be with you.
Merchandising. BKP, the flamethrower. The children really like that one. Now you can get the cup. Send me an email, 706. Look, I don't know exactly, the cups are already on order. The store's launching. I'm in trouble for telling you. But what would the show be like if I did not get in trouble? Would you even watch knowing I wouldn't get in trouble? I'm going to get in trouble over in the marketing department. They're going to say, you know what? We've been working on the store. It's not ready. And here you go throwing the cup out. But I don't know how much it is, but you better text me 706 while supplies last, because we only ordered a couple. It's the first one. Well, I've always wanted to say that, while supplies last, At least it's not a Chia Pet.
Chia Pet?
Yeah, for Christmas, okay?
Box clean?
Huh?
No, you didn't OxyClean either?
Yeah, at least it's not OxyClean, right? I'm not doing OxyClean or a Chia Pet. BKP, send me a message, Chief at FetchYourNews.com. If you'd like to reserve one, I'll put it on hold for you. Chief at FetchYourNews.com or 706-889-9700. And hey, I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. It is Christmas season. Now, here's the email. Before I go any further, okay, there's a great op-ed written today by your congressman, if you're in the 9th District, Doug Collins, Congressman Doug Collins. We will be posting that on the Fetch Your News website, so you don't have to look around for it, but it's on the Washington Post. Representative Doug Collins, if you'd like to read it, GOP lawmaker, our party must take back the narrative of hope and inclusion. Okay, so that is from The Outrage Machine is a regular opinion column by voices from the left and right on Washington politics. In the months leading to November 8th, Americans were searching for a path out of the economic malaise dubbed the Great Recession. All right. More importantly, and perhaps most, this is an op-ed written by Doug Collins. I don't want to get and read the whole thing right now. I can get stuck on that. Representative Doug Collins in the Washington Post. You may want to read that. We will have that on our website, FetchYourNews.com website today. Anyhow, here's the email I got, folks. All right. And this morning, I'm concerned with Donald Trump's picks. I am concerned. I think, just to recap, and I won't go all the way back, just to recap, I think on the defense side, law and order, the generals, I think on that side, you're going to be very satisfied with the picks. Beauregard, we got Beauregard Sessions, okay, Jeffrey Beauregard Sessions. I have to do it like that. Jeffrey Beauregard, boy, I say, boy. No, that is get out of here. Anyhow, so we got Beauregard there for Department of Justice. I think on that side you're going to be happy, law and order, okay? I think on Obamacare, repeal and replace, we got to see what's in it, not like Nancy Pelosi. We got to pass it before we see what's in it. We got to see what's in it. Tom Price from Georgia, good pick. I think we're going to be okay over there, okay? And I actually think we're going to be okay in the Secretary of State, and I think we're going to be okay in immigration. I think we're going to be okay. It is the financial world that concerns me, the Treasury, the Federal Reserve. I am just funny about that, okay? I am tired of the illusion of a real economy. I want an economy that actually is based on good production. I don't want the illusion of 1,000 jobs coming from Carrier staying here, the illusion that Ford is going to keep a plant here. I know I'm not calling that illusions, but what I'm saying is I don't want that to overshadow a real economy that we need in production in this country to get this engine moving. But here's the email I got, okay? Enough said. Maybe Trump's plan, now here's the email I received, okay? Maybe Trump's plan is to appoint people that are already so rich, bold letters, so rich, they don't need to steal from the people or make laws for personal gain. And appoint people that learn how to game the system because they would know best how to fix it. All right, so what you're saying, Frank, how'd you pass the bar in Louisiana, Frank? How'd you do it? How'd you do it, Frank? That's my line. You don't know that line? Catch me if you can. Tom Hanks. What's the guy that played the pilot? What's the guy that played him? Frank. How'd you do it, Frank? How'd you do it, Frank? How'd you pass the bar in Louisiana, Frank? How'd you do it? So what you're saying is he's going to hire the people like they did with Frank. That's the movie Catch Me If You Can, okay? All right. They're going to hire the people. He was a counterfeiter. I mean, he could pass checks. He passed checks all over the country. The FBI chased him for years. And they actually, when they caught him, they hired him because he would be able to identify the count. So what you're saying is he's bringing in people that could identify this. Okay, I could go with that. That is a very hopeful email, but, this is from Bloomberg News, okay? This is March 22nd, 2012. I have a problem with people betting. Now you're going to say, well, Donald Trump says in a down market, the real estate. I understand that. I understand all that. I understand the buy and sell, okay? I'm serious. I went into Business 101. The teacher went to the chalkboard and said, supply is up, demand is down, price is this is this. I said, really? Isn't that common sense? You're teaching that? Okay, so I understand that part. I understand. Supply is up. It's a bust. The people in the market that want to buy are down. Hey, it's a good deal for somebody. I'm okay with a real estate cycle. I'm okay with that. All right? I'm okay with a buying low, selling high. I mean, I'm okay with that. That's what you do, okay? But this is March 22nd, 2012. Let me say something that I'm not going to regret, but I'm hoping that you will go with me on. Everybody wants to know if Mitt Romney, okay? Now stay with me on this, okay? Let me do something here. Everybody wants to know if Mitt Romney is going to apologize. Okay? Everybody wants to know if Mitt Romney is going to apologize, okay, for how he spoke to you, the Trump supporters. And what I'm doing right now is I'm going through Kellyanne Conway's Twitter feed, and I'm not seeing her outraged on anything where Mnuchin, I'm not seeing that. I'm not seeing her outraged where Mnuchin and where Ross or where Mitch McConnell's wife is. I'm not seeing any outrage on that. Okay? None. But I see where she's outraged over the possibility of picking Mitt Romney. So let me get my thought out here to go with the email. Folks, Mitt Romney owes you no more apology for what he stood up and said. This is where you're cringing. To you, the Trump voters, if you don't think that Steve Mnuchin sold short on your country and owes you an apology for what? Making money? I know. You just, oh, he's a capitalist. Folks, if you were here at the beginning of the show, what did I do? What did I do at the beginning of the show? Okay? Bloomberg, from IndyMac to One West, Steve Mnuchin, big score, March 22nd, 2012. In the fall of 2008, very few institutions or individuals were looking to go long on mortgages and mortgage-backed debt. Mnuchin was one. Wonder how he got word of such a great deal of IndyMac collapsing. When you get a chance, see if IndyMac wasn't the first bank to collapse or the largest. See. Read a little bit on IndyMac, how that fell, how those cards fell, into the hands, okay? He soon, went long mortgages and mortgage-backed debt. Mnuchin was one. He soon persuaded others, including John Paulson, George Soros, and Chris Flowers together. That word just almost makes me want to drop over out of the chair to hear together with George Soros. Together, they purchased IndyMac. Holy mackerel. And Mitt Romney owes the American people an apology. Wow. I mean, I can't remember the last time I've had heartburn. I might have to find me some heartburn. I might have to find me some Tums. He soon persuaded others, including John Paulson, George Soros, and Chris Flowers. Together they purchased IndyMac, whose primary assets were $23.5 billion in commercial loans, mortgages, and mortgage-backed securities. Love those mortgage-backed securities. How risky was the investment? When the FDIC was looking to sell IndyMac, see, it came from the FDIC. Oh, gosh, this is just too good to be true, right? When the FDIC was looking to sell IndyMac, Mnuchin was the only bidder. For all of the bank's assets. What did Mnuchin see and Soros and all of them see that none of us seen out there? That Hank Paulson was going to send them money for nothing? I tell you, I'm trying to find a bright side of naming this guy. I really am, folks. I am. When the FDIC was looking to sell IndyMac, Mnuchin was the only bidder for all of the bank's assets. He since turned One West into Southern California's largest bank. Did he do it by himself? No, he did it with your money, your tax money, TARP. Look, pay attention where he got this money. It fell right into his hands. It was a hell of a great deal. You know, Cole, if somebody knocks on the door and there's a deal I can't refuse, would you please interrupt the show? Because if there's a deal that comes through here that I just can't turn my back, I mean, it just falls right into my lap.
Deal or no deal?
Deal or no deal. And mortgage back, how risky was the investment? When the FDIC was looking to sell IndyMac, Mnuchin was the only bidder for all the bank's assets. He since turned One West into Southern California's largest bank with more than 79 branches and $27 billion in assets. His bet on IndyMac's portfolio of troubled loans has proved to be a huge profitable one as the mortgage market has stabilized. It's a success story he's proud of. I'm at a loss. Thousands of foreclosures that the government backed and gave him the money for. Donald, I'm just going to have to stay with you on this. I'm going to have to stay Romney doesn't owe any apology for stating exactly how he felt at the time. Why would he be sorry? What he needs to do is admit that he was wrong. Totally different. I agree with that. But I'm not, I don't, listen, I'm sorry, folks. I'm sorry. But Mnuchin, I am just having trouble with this one. I am having trouble with this one. Now, Treasury. Okay. Folks, look. Who did you want for Treasury? Oh, I know, you've been waiting for, well, who did you want? I'll tell you who I wanted for Treasury. I wanted John, somewhere out in Ohio, that owns a chain of laundromats, or dry cleaners, or oil change places, that started, I know, this is the dumbest thing I've ever said is what you're saying. I know. What do you mean? You're actually going to trust the country with a guy that started out doing oil changes and got his hands dirty and was under the car and knows what the hell an oil filter is. And he went there and he went to the bank and he learned finance and he went to college and learned finance and he turned it in and he now owns 34 oil change places and he's worth $6-7 million. How dare me say that? Why, you can't just have somebody like that go in and be in charge of the Treasury. Let me tell you something, folks. Let me explain something to you. Now, oh my God, if Frank is listening, God, am I in trouble? Every time I tell him I want to explain something to him, he tells me I'm not able to explain anything to him, but I can share something with him if I wish. Okay, let me explain something to you folks. Okay? If you understand finance, don't misunderstand what I'm about to say. If you understand finance and you understand money and you understand some things that go on, all you do is keep adding zeros. So trust me. Yeah, I know, maybe it is a stretch trying to get John from Ohio that's got 40-some oil change, but maybe it's a stretch. Maybe I'm out there on that. But you know what? I have said on this show over and over, if I have to hear Goldman Sachs, and if I have to hear Wall Street, and God knows Pocahontas is going to be out all day long making headway of this, if I have to hear Wall Street, Goldman Sachs, Rothschilds, I have to hear George Soros, just something about that whole soup. There's a soup there that I just can't, my palate will not accept. Take me to break. I got to come back. I want to talk about this lady we want to give $1 trillion to Mitch McConnell? How did he earn $1 trillion? I'll be back after these messages. I'm your host, BKP.
Pizza Hut makes great pizza, but they can't tell you what a gift it is. I can. They took a grilled cheese and combined it with stuffed crust pizza. To think, I almost wasn't here to try it.
How did you?
It's not important, Jan. What's important is that I watched the sunrise this morning. Then I got to stand in a room filled with this pizza. And later I'll stare at the ocean. Or maybe I'll learn Russian. Or listen to jazz. Or try my hand at needlework. Or open a door for a beautiful woman. Or read a human interest story or make dessert wine. Or ride a wild horse. Or experiment with watercolors. Eat every slice like it's your last. Especially you, Doug. Especially Doug, right? You care about Doug. The grilled cheese stuffed crust pizza. Proof that no one outpieces the Hut.
Circuit World, brand name merchandise at unbelievably low prices. Furniture, appliances, and electronics. Circuit World is locally owned and operated, serving the tri-state area. Circuit World has highly trained professionals to help. Visit your hometown Circuit World today. 3 locations in Georgia, Ellijay, Blue Ridge, and Blairsville, Franklin, and Murphy, North Carolina. No credit checks, so let Circuit World deliver to you today.
El Rey and Ellijay.
El Rey Mexican Restaurant.
Family owned and operated, and a local favorite for families, parties, and meetings.
Great prices.
Friendly service and delicious Mexican cuisine.
Patio dining available.
Come sing in Carlos's Cantina every Friday 9 to 1.
Eat in or take away.
Same location for 14 years. Open 7 days at the corner of Maddox Drive and 515. North Georgia's favorite Mexican cuisine. El Rey and Ellijay.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on-site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East LJ. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
When Days Chevrolet in Jasper gives thanks, we give big. With over 20% off MSRP on remaining 2016 models and savings up to $10,000. New Silverado crew cabs from just $31,900. Or get 20% off MSRP plus days discounts on 2016 Malibus. Now just $18,900. Save up to $10,000 off MSRP today at Days Chevrolet in Jasper.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
I'm Sheriff Dane Kirby, and I'll stand up for you.
I'm Stacy Nicholson, Sheriff of Gilmer County, and I will stand up for you.
Stand up and speak out. No matter how rich, cool, talented you believe yourself to be, how you treat people ultimately tells all. I am Allison Sosby, District Attorney, and I'll stand up for you.
Pizza Hut makes the best pizza in the entire universe, but they won't tell you that. I've been marooned on this planet for a while now. You are an impressive race. Your children know excellent hiding places. Your oceans aren't filled with lava. And you figured out how to combine a grilled cheese sandwich with a Pizza Hut pizza. Surely interstellar travel will soon follow, and then I can finally get back home. Round. Round like home. The grilled cheese stuffed crust pizza, proof that no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Okay, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Thank you for joining us. We're talking about Donald Trump's picks. I am happy, that art of the deal, Trump convinces Carrier to keep Indiana plant open, saving 1,000 jobs in Indiana. I am very happy with that. I don't want to argue with that, okay? And I want to go off of the Steve Mnuchin for Treasury Secretary and Wilbur Ross, 79 years young. Boy, he's really bringing youth and competence to the White House, right? I want to go off that, but I do want to read one more email, and I don't want to go back and forth on this. At the point, I got an email that said, at the point in time when IndyMac was purchased, we needed someone to come forward and purchase the failing banks. As you said, he was the only bidder. The wrong he committed, this is the email I received, the wrong he committed was he foreclosed on everyone. He could have come up with a program to help thousands of people stay in their homes. He could have reduced interest rates and set up payment plans until they could get on their feet. But no, he foreclosed on everyone. I'm going to end that one right there. I agree. I just don't want to miss the common thread there of The common thread that I've asked you to look at with George Soros, the people he got together, somehow they found him. He was the only bidder. He fell into it backwards, came out smelling like a rose, and George Soros did too. That's all I'm going to say. Now, let's go to one more thing, okay? I'm your host, BKP. Folks, I'm not against, I think the Mitt Romney, Kellyanne Conway has been smoke and mirrors, and I'll tell you why. Because you out there are the most educated audience in the world. You listen to some talk radio that I respect and endorse. You read, you study, you don't wait for Fox News to tell you, you don't wait for MSNBC to tell you, and God knows you never wait for CNN to tell you. But on November 27th, Kellyanne Conway tweeted out, I did tell him in private, okay? I did tell him in private. Kellyanne Conway received a tweet. Astounding to hear Kellyanne Conway, who has the ability to tell Trump privately, trash the possibility of Romney's Secretary of State publicly on CNN, State of the Union. Okay, so Kellyanne comes back, this is on the 27th. I did tell him privately, this is her tweet, Kellyanne Conway, I did tell him privately, talking about President-elect Trump, and I'll respect his decision. Point is, the volume of intensity of grassroots resistance to Romney is breathtaking. Then I go up to 27th, it's 27th, I'm going all through her tweets. Just something doesn't sound right going through a woman's tweets. All right, I'm going all through her tweets here, and I'm just not finding anything else like concerning any other picks. And I know you're out there tweeting the grassroots about Treasury. You're out there tweeting about all of these. Now, I know one that you've got to be tweeting over. I know you out there. Yes, I know you. Pull up Elaine again. Put her picture up. Mitch McConnell. Just the thought of you having to look at him, and that's Elaine Chao, his wife. Mitch McConnell's wife. Why are they smiling from ear to ear? Because he is the Senate Majority Leader, and we are getting ready to possibly play pork barrel spending, brought to you by Mitch McConnell and Elaine Chao. $1 trillion in infrastructure. That's who we're going to trust. Donald Trump has picked his Secretary for Transportation, Jason Miller. The Trump Transition Team Communications Director told Fox Business Dagan McDowell Tuesday morning that the pick had been made and would be formally announced by Trump's team Tuesday afternoon. Miller declined to name who Trump has selected, but maintained the team is excited on how the administration is coming along with the pick. That was earlier. Chao, married to Kentucky Senator Mitch McConnell, served as George W. Bush, there's some swamp draining, right? Secretary of Labor, and George H.W. Bush, Deputy Secretary of Transportation. Pack the damn McConnell's bags and send them home, Donald. What the hell is wrong with you? I mean, these McConnells need to go back to Kentucky. They need to be drinking, mint juleps or whatever at the Kentucky Derby and wearing fancy hats with tulips. I mean, whatever, I don't care. Well, really, Kellyanne, you're getting no tweets on this. None whatsoever, Kellyanne. None. Packing the bags of these people, these multi-millionaires. This is some real swamp draining, right? Elaine Chao, now there's a swamp drainer if you've ever seen one. Well, does she know her way around the White House? She must. George W. Bush, Secretary of Labor, and George H.W. Bush, Deputy Secretary of Transportation. Oh my God. And then there's poor Lou. Put up Lou's picture. Look, there's poor Lou. Poor Lou. Poor Lou. Poor Lou. Sources told Daily Caller last week that Pennsylvania Congressman Lou Bartoletta was being considered for the position. Bartoletta was Trump's earliest congressional supporter and is sitting member of the House Committee on Transportation and Infrastructure. Remember the other day I had Lee on the phone? And I said, Lee, you know, Lou's going into, it was Monday, right? Monday? Yeah, Monday, right? Monday. I had Lee from Pennsylvania, Lou Bartoletta. All right? Lou is, he is the 11th District of Pennsylvania. He's a representative he's a Republican. Representative Lou Bartoletta, 11th District of Pennsylvania. You do not know the heat that Lou took up there, Wilkesboro. He brought it home. Lou brought it home. Now, I told you the other day, I don't like owing somebody. I don't like when people get on there and say, well, you know, you owe this politician this, or the politician owes this, you know, for the election. I don't like that. I'm not saying that, okay? I'm cautious. But, Donald, you did owe Wisconsin. You owed Wisconsin. I'm okay with previously. You owed Michigan. So DeVals, is that her name? Secretary of Education. I'm not all bent out of shape by it. You owe that. You owe Ohio. Okay. But you owe Pennsylvania big, Donald, big. Lou. I mean, I'm very upset. Lou came in. Lou supported you all the way. You see this guy, Donald, Lou Bartoletta? Last name ends with a vowel, Donald. Just saying. Just saying. Bartoletta. Lou. Bartoletta was Trump's earliest congressional supporter and sitting member of the House Committee on Transportation and Infrastructure. This guy went to bat for you. Lou went to bat for you on day one. Forget about it. Day one, then Lou was there with you. Bada bing, bada boom. What the hell's wrong with you? I mean, here you got a guy stuck his heart out for you in Pennsylvania with Pat Toomey running scared, running away from you. And what the hell do you do? Put up the show. You go with smiley pie there in show. I'm telling you, I'm optimistic. I'm positive. I'm on board. I'm on the Trump train. But I had to leave the drinking car because you people are drinking up in the drinking car to Trump. I had to go in the back of the train for a while. I have to go in the back of the train just for a day or two to get my bearings straight, okay? Holy mackerel, you go with this guy. Lou was there from day one, stuck his neck out for you, okay? Bartoletta was Trump's earliest congressional supporter. Earliest, not earliest. I have to keep reading that. This guy stuck his neck out from you day one, earliest. Mitch McConnell wouldn't say your damn name. And, everybody wants Mitt Romney to apologize. That's all I keep hearing. Mitch McConnell and Chao, the Department of Transportation is the second cabinet position filled by the Trump in many days. News broke Monday evening that Trump selected Tom Price to serve as the Health and Human Services. I'm just very upset that this lady Chao, Elaine Chao, Transportation. Donald, I was just here last week. I know you're not listening to me. I know you don't pay attention to me, and I know you don't care what I have to say. But I was just here last week saying that unconventionally, I could be okay with you wanting to spend $1 trillion because we need to get this country straightened back out. And we need to get this country straightened back out. We need roads, we need bridges, we need things, okay? I got your text message. I will explain why you're wrong. I won't do it in public, okay? I will explain why you're wrong. All right? I hate to say you're wrong. Don't take it personal, but I'll explain later. You did Lou wrong, okay? Trust me. Anyhow, Donald, I'm on the train. I'm not going to leave the train, but I'm very upset over that one. I'm very upset over that one, okay? You did Lou wrong. Elaine Chao, I don't know how well I feel about giving you $1 trillion now that it's going to go to Mitch McConnell. You know, Mitch McConnell's lucky. I get tired of these damn people being so lucky. You know, why didn't I think of a recount? I could have put up a fund me page and said, if you'll send me money. I'll tell you what, right now, I'm going to tell you, I think it's too close to call in Georgia. If you'll send me $2,500, I will fill out the paperwork and do a recall. Recount. I'll do that, okay? Send me, Chief, fetchyournews.com. Send me $2,500. You could go down as low as 100. We'll take as low as 100. The denomination's 100, nothing less, okay? I don't want anything like 100 to 2,500. Just send it to me. Chief at fetchyournews.com, and I will do a recount in Georgia because I think it's too close to call. Why the hell am I here every day trying to bring the truth when you got lowlifes like Jill Stein, George Soros, you got these people just falling somewhere backwards, a word I'm not going to use, into and just coming out smelling like a rose by accident. Anyhow, where was I at? Anyhow, I just cannot Elaine Chao and Mitch McConnell, I can't stomach that. I can't deal with that. All right, what do we got next? I don't know. I mean, I'm almost out of time. I mean, have I not? Oh, I lost my train of thought. Okay, don't get fooled again. That's where I started. Getting through the process. I am tired of hearing getting through the process. Now, Donald, the financial side, the transportation side has upset me greatly, as you can see. I'm not on board 100%. My nerves are shot on this one. Please, Donald, for me, for the people, okay? Float out the Supreme Court name or something. Let's get that out there. Let's get that out there, I guess. I mean, I guess right now what I need to feel good is the Supreme Court. Folks, I am okay. Now, I'm going to end with telling you this. For the last time, I'm okay with Mitt Romney being Secretary of State. I know. Every time I say that, you cringe. But there's two things I want you to research, because that's the kind of viewers I have here. You research. I want you to research and see. I want you to come back to me and see, and tell me. Help me out here. I ask every day, 706-889-9700 or chief at fetchyournews.com. Find out how much involvement Mitt Romney has with George Soros. Okay? Please, research that. Tell me, look up, do the research, how much involvement Mitt Romney has with George Soros. Second, how much involvement Mitt Romney has with the Council of Foreign Relations. How much involvement? I don't mean that he attended a meeting and, the Council of Foreign Relations was there. It's almost impossible to be in Mitt Romney's position. But did he serve? Was he on an advisory? How much real involvement does Mitt Romney have on the Council of Foreign Relations? How much real involvement does Mitt Romney have with the IMF? We'll throw that in the mix. And how much involvement does he have with George Soros? Because let me tell you something. Steve Mnuchin partnered up with George Soros that profited off people being put out in the streets. Well, they couldn't pay their mortgage. BKP, what's with you? They took on the debt. They knew the loan when they left. They knew they had to come up with $1,000 a month. They knew all that. So how did we become the bad guys? Whoa. I'm not going to get into that. I got 15 minutes left, okay? I'm just telling you right now, Soros knows how to collapse an economy and make a fortune. And let me look at the camera and tell you, IndyMac. Read about IndyMac. Because let me tell you something. I keep telling you something. I've told you something all morning long. Let me tell you something, okay? It's this right here in 2008, when I closed my other business, that caused me to launch FetchYourNews.com. And that's why this just really sticks with me. Because you know what? I remember when IndyMac collapsed. I remember it. And I remember all the things they did. And crazy me, I'm the kind of guy that went through the TARP list. I'm the kind of guy that could tell you almost how much money every one of these banks got in TARP. I'm the kind of guy that tells you that they made them take it even if they didn't want it. King Henry Paulson, remember? But who sold short and made billions? George Soros, off you and I and the collapse of the housing. And Mnuchin was with him at IndyMac. Turned it into West One, turned it into $3.4, $3.2 billion. Folks, I want to ask you today to do some research. Find out how close Steve Mnuchin is with Sheldon Adelson out in Vegas. Or maybe find out how close Wilbur Ross is with Steve Mnuchin out in Vegas. With Sheldon Adelson out in Vegas. Find that out. All right, I don't even know if I've done any good today. But I know I was out there. I know I really let it roll today. I think I should. Could you tell I'm in a good mood? Can you tell? Does it come through? Can you hear? Cole, you can hear I'm in a good mood today, right? The whole world can hear. The whole world can hear? George, can you tell I'm in a good mood? Yeah. George can tell. Yeah. He'll be up. George will be up in 10 minutes, and he can tell I'm in a good mood. Okay. Don't go. George, get out of here. You come in 10 minutes. Don't make me laugh. Folks, don't identify the George says I've identified the family. All right, George will be up in 10 minutes at 10 o'clock. Now, you got the cups. I always wanted to say this, for a limited time only, folks, while supplies last. A limited time only. Give me the front. And I'm in trouble. I'm in big trouble because the marketing department here at FYN is going to say, you know what? We're launching the store. You'll see it on FetchYourNews.com. Put the front back up. Did I tell you to flip the picture yet? What's wrong with you, young man? Okay, here it is. This is the front of the cup. That's Chief, Fetch. That's Fetch wearing his Santa Claus hat. FetchYourNews.com, FYN TV. All right, that's the front. And then the other side, Scoop. Now you go to the other side. There's Scoop. This is the same cup. All right, two sides. Scoop's got FetchYourNews.com. He's got his Santa hat on. And that is for a limited time only while supplies last. I don't even know the price yet. It could be $19.95. It could be $29.95. It could be 3 easy payments of $39.99. 3 easy payments. 1-800. Call 1-800. No, get in touch with me. 706-889-9700. We'll make them reasonable if you want to reserve yours today or chief at FetchYourNews.com because those will go fast and we only have a limited amount that we have on order. I got 10 minutes and I ran out of material. You ever have that happen? Something like that. But it is Christmas time, so I have to get ready. Now, we were launching, remember, folks, we are launching Monday, January 2nd, the Katie Sassine Show, okay? I'm going over to have lunch with Bill today. Do you even know Bill? Do you know Bill? Yeah. You met him? One time. Bill's over. You need to go to FetchYourNews.com, click on Dawson County, Lumpkin County, White County. Bill's over there. He's putting all kinds of great stories up. He is running that area. He is growing that area for FetchYourNews.com. So you want to click around FetchYourNews.com, Dawson, White, and Lumpkin. And if you want to get involved over in those areas, Bill would like to have some help over there. But that's really coming along. We appreciate it. Also, check our community section out. You want to click on the community section, check on that. Got a lot of nice stuff going on there. So I'm going to go have lunch with Bill. What else I got going on today? And I'm going to try, are you one of those bah humbug guys? Are you one of those? I'm not a bah humbug guy, but Speak English. Yeah. I'm not a bah humbug guy. But Carla, yesterday, I had to pull her back, didn't I? I had to pull her back. She was getting her. So anyhow, it's Christmas time. If you have your tree up, I'm going to put a picture of mine with my dogs. I'll put a picture of mine with my dogs tomorrow. The dogs have their Christmas hats on and everything at the tree. Sassafras loves the tree. Oh, she loves the tree. She'll wear a Christmas hat, take a Christmas picture every year. We got the tree up. The indoor plumbing, as they call it. That is in place. We got the tree up. So next thing I know, the wife will want to go Christmas shopping. Oh my God. Cole. You don't want to go Christmas shopping? I sit in the husband chair. I mean, I will not go in a store that doesn't have a husband chair section. I will not. I refuse to go in. I go in the door, I find a husband chair, I sit there. I make sure my battery's fully charged on my phone so I can read articles about Steve Mnuchin and Ross Wilbur and all the above. I want to read. I don't want to walk around. There's people I do not want to bump into in these damn stores, especially at Christmas time. I mean, you ever go and see the people that are out there and they're like, you really need, and you know what, I can't do this because, like, I go in a store and you got to pull me back. Like, I want to go up and say, you really need that, lady? You really have to have that?
She said, yes, I do.
Really? You need that? I want to go up to kids. You really need that? So I'm not good with the shopping, and, you know, and I always get a lecture. Oh, God, am I getting in trouble. When I get out of the car, I get the be nice lecture. Could you be nice in the store? Be nice. Don't say anything to anybody. Sure. I'll have a holiday spirit.
Anything nice to say, don't say anything at all.
I'd be nice. I go to the coffee shop, I get a coffee, I get a book. I go down to Canton, I go to South Georgia. I've ruined my joke. I should go shopping in South Georgia. Canton.
Canton.
Yeah, and that's why if I go to Canton, I've gone as far, that's South Georgia to me. So I go to South Georgia here, Canton, I go shopping down there, and I go in the coffee shop and the bookstore and I read. And that way, she can go in every store. And I want to thank God for. I want to give a shout out to God for technology. Please don't strike me, Lord. I want to give a shout out to God for technology because I'm going to tell you, years ago it was rough. It was rough. Okay. It was. Now you can text each other. Yeah. Like, I'm coming out of the store. I'm checking out now. I love it. I'm drinking coffee. I'm reading a book. Christmas shopping. I get a text message that says, I'm coming out of the store now. I'm good. Okay. So I can get the car in position, be right up front, look like a great guy. Right? Love it. Anyhow, I'm your host, BKP. Listen, if you missed anything today, I'm on the Trump train, okay? I am on the Trump train. I just will not. FetcherNews.com, my show here, Good Morning from the Office, will not just gloss over, okay? We won't do it here on this show. I look and I make that commitment to you. Although I think Donald Trump has made some great picks, I'm very happy with Priebus. I'm very happy. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with Steve Bannon, still a Goldman Sachs guy, but I'm very okay with Steve Bannon. I'm okay with Beauregard, Jeffrey Beauregard Sessions. I'm okay with him. I'm okay with most of the picks. But I'm going to tell you, Mitch McConnell's wife, Steve Mnuchin, and now we have for assistant commerce, because Chicago, New York, interesting. The owner of the Chicago Cubs, assistant commerce secretary, okay, and then we have Wilbur Ross, just a little out. So Secretary of State, we'll see what happens next. HHS, Tom Price, we're happy with that. I want to encourage you to go read. The op-ed that your congressman, if you're in Georgia, has written in the Washington Post. We'll have that on FetcherNews.com. Let's see if I missed anything today. Okay, Commerce Secretary Wilbur Ross is 79 years young. Oh, by the way, don't let me go without saying. I mean, I do not want to go without saying this. I mean, and Cole, it's probably your fault for, this is probably your fault. Nancy, we wish you well. Nancy Pelosi, we wish you well. I mean, we really do. Our hopes, our dreams, all the above, we just wish you well during this holiday season, Nancy. As you're drinking your eggnog, eating your Christmas cookies, and some young Democrat from Ohio is about to kick your ass, we do wish you well. We do. We do. It may be Nancy's last day. How's that for going to work wondering if it's your last day? I mean, just because you've destroyed the entire party. Here's the thing that cracks me up, I can't go without saying, is all the news cycles is Nancy's ability to fundraise. If you could steal, screw, snatch, grab money from anybody, that's your ticket in. It's not integrity, character, honesty. No, no, no. Ability to fundraise. That's code word to steal from you. Ability. Nancy has, well, this other guy, what is this other guy's name? I forget what his name is. I got it here. Let me pull it. OPEC is going to slow production. Gas is going to go up. All right, that's out there. Dems face choice of unseating Pelosi. Okay. Unseating Pelosi. House Democrats hoping to shake up the party will get their chance on Wednesday. That's the day with the caucus secret ballot. Nancy Pelosi for Congress. She is this Tim Ryan, 43 from Ohio. So Tim Ryan, 43 years old, congressman from Ohio, may not have the fundraising abilities. Although Nancy is collapsing the party, she's collapsed the Democrat Party. Tim Ryan may not be able to fundraise quite as well. If you lose, it's okay if you're fundraising. Folks, what a swamp, what a swamp, what a swamp. And Donald, we hope you don't drown in it. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. We're North Georgia's only live online morning show. All right, you've seen the pictures. We'll let you know on our website, how to get in touch with us to buy the cup. If you want to purchase a cup, that's not a joke. If you want to purchase the cup, okay? That's not a joke. We have the holiday cup. You don't want to miss, because then you'll be like next year, you'll be like, I have last year's. It'll be a collectible. I mean, it'll be a collectible. Should I sign it?
If you want, not only the first buy.
I'll personally sign the cups. Not the cups themselves, but I'll send a personalized note. Thank you for supporting FetchYourNews.com, BKP, right?
Handwritten.
Handwritten, right?
Stamp.
Stationary, right from the desk of BKP. It's almost like Donald Trump sending it, right?
Yeah, you need a wax seal too.
Wax seal?
Yeah.
Not a wax seal. That's Roman days kind of stuff. Hey, Kellyanne Conway, will you release the tweets of everybody going crazy over Mitch McConnell's wife? I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. Don't forget, if you'd like to be a part of FetchYourNews.com, 706-889-9700. We're looking for reporters. We're looking for people that want to video meetings. We're looking for people that want to cover judicial things going on in a courtroom, crime, you name it. We want to cover it. We want to bring people, hey, FYN TV, where news and opinion come together and equal the truth. I'm your host, BKP. I'm out of here. George will be up here at 10 o'clock. Don't miss George. And I will be back tomorrow morning. I got to go because I got to go eat lunch with Bill. Take us out of here, Cole.
Pizza Hut makes great pizza, but they can't tell you what a gift it is. I can. They took a grilled cheese and combined it with stuffed crust pizza. To think, I almost wasn't here to try it.
How did you?
It's not important, Jen. What's important is that I watched the sunrise this morning. Then I got to stand in a room filled with this pizza. And later I'll stare at the ocean. Or maybe I'll learn Russian. or listen to jazz, or try my hand at needlework, or open a door for a beautiful woman, or read a human interest story, or make dessert wine, or ride a wild horse, or experiment with watercolors. Eat every slice like it's your last, especially you, Doug. Especially Doug, right? You care about Doug. The grilled cheese stuffed crust pizza, proof that no one outpieces the Hut.
Circuit World, brand name merchandise at unbelievably low prices. Furniture, appliances, and electronics. Circuit World is locally owned and operated, serving the tri-state area. Circuit World has highly trained professionals to help. Visit your hometown Circuit World today. 3 locations in Georgia, Ellijay, Blue Ridge, and Blairsville, Franklin, and Murphy, North Carolina. No credit checks, so let Circuit World deliver to you today.
El Rey and Ellijay.
El Rey Mexican Restaurant.
Family owned and operated, and a local favorite for families, parties, and meetings.
Great prices.
Friendly service and delicious Mexican cuisine.
Patio dining available.
Come sing in Carlos's Cantina every Friday 9 to 1.
Eat in or take away.
Same location for 14 years. Open 7 days at the corner of Maddox Drive and 515. North Georgia's favorite Mexican cuisine. El Rey and Ellijay.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Days ahead. When Days Chevrolet in Jasper gives thanks, we give big. With over 20% off MSRP on remaining 2016 models and savings up to $10,000. New Silverado crew cabs from just $31,900. Or get 20% off MSRP plus Days discounts on 2016 Malibus. Now just $18,900. Save up to $10,000 off MSRP today at Days Chevrolet in Jasper.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in Ellijay, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Well, good morning, Son of Worshipers. Actually, it's getting ready to rain. We need plenty of it. It's just starting to sprinkle outside here in LJ, Georgia, and the weather map looks like it's going to be a long day, a long wet day. We definitely need the wet day. I need to go back out and start burning my fire pit again so I can enjoy my evenings in front of my fire with a good glass of single malt Scotch whiskey and maybe a cigar from time to time. But somebody put a kibosh on that. All outdoor fires are prohibited, but my fire pit is enclosed in concrete and masonry, and I understand that if this rain comes, they might lift that. I'm not burning trash outside, just my fire, my little enjoyment. It's cheaper than going to a psychiatrist where you can sit and think. Anyway, this is the last day of November. This is November the 30th. We have weather. We do also have the tornado alert. I should remind you that there is a tornado alert. Who's really suffered from all these fires, of course, is the state of Tennessee, particularly Sevier County. There's 14,000 people have been forced to evacuate from the resort. Many people are missing, and we're surrounding the towns of Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge. I long considered Gatlinburg to be a carbuncle on an ugly wart on the beautiful Smoky Mountain landscape. It sits at the border, the north border of the Smoky Mountains, and it is the most crass tourist trap I've seen since Atlantic City, the boardwalk in Atlantic City back in the 60s. I just do not like that type of commercialism, but it is free enterprise, it is capitalism at its best, and it is the poor man's mecca, the place to go and spend money and have a good time with your kids. I understand all that. I don't go there. I don't even pass through there if I don't have to. There's always other ways around. But anyway, that doesn't stop me from feeling sorry and respectful for the loss that they are suffering, the hotels, the businesses, the homes that have just been burned completely away. Now I have to say too, this is not a new experience for me. Back in the 1950s, 1956, I had my first major job as a seasonal firefighter with the California Division of Forestry. And forest fires like we are seeing here, we saw every year there. I'm used to it. I'm used to houses, seeing cabins burned where people do not take the effort to clean the gutters or move the brush away from their house for at least 10 or 15 yards or blow leaves away, something I do now right here in Atlanta or in LJ. Fire moves very fast, and we have a thick mantle of dry weeds, leaves, underbrush that will burn. It'll burn very fast. So you got to be, at least you got to be aware that if your house is on the top of a slope and the fire is at the bottom of the slope, that fire moves very, 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 very fast. And with the winds that we've had, it blows even faster. So I'll just tell you to be aware of that. At least 4 people suffered severe burns trying to evacuate. They're hospitalized. An early report said there are no deaths, but I've heard that there are 4. I cannot confirm that, but I'm not surprised. There'll probably be more. There are 3 people I know that are missing. I heard a man looking for his wife and his 2 daughters who got separated, so we'll see there. The Westgate Resort, a 16-story hotel, and every cabin at Black Bear Falls have been destroyed. Schools in Greene, McMinn, and Sevier counties are closed, naturally, and more than 12,000 people in Sevier County were without power as early as Tuesday morning. Dollywood is there. Dollywood is evacuated, and tourists fled the area as wildfires ripped through eastern Tennessee. The roads are clogged. You cannot even think about going into that area. They're trying to get people out. I think that by now they probably have succeeded in moving people away. Dolly Parton said she was praying for the families affected by the fire and the firefighters who are working so hard to keep everyone safe.
And there is, you can see on some television internet sites, videos from the Gatlinburg Park, the Vista Hilton Hotel, which shows flames leaping up outside the windows. I don't know if that hotel has been saved, but so there we are. We are in the, we are heavy rain falling up there right now. I think we will have put an end to that fire, but if weather patterns fall true, these fires will be followed by several bouts of heavy rain, and now we'll have flooding, severe flooding. The ground, stripped of its overburden, will flow off into the creeks, and then for a while we'll have muddy creeks and rocks and boulders, and we'll have people trying to cross roads in their automobiles. Bad idea. When you realize an automobile, no matter how heavy, or a truck, no matter how big, it only has little points. A car, let's take your car. You have 4 little points of contact with the ground. That's it. 4 points of contact. That's where the tires meet the road. They're like 4 or 5 inches, square inches. That's it. Times 4, and water will just move your car away like it's a sail on a boat. So do not cross roads that are flooded with water and you can see the water flooding. If you have your family in your car, forget it. If you want to remove yourself from the gene pool, take your family out of the car, do it yourself, but just be careful. There's some terrible things going to happen because of the rain and the flooding that's coming. I just got to tell you that. It could happen here in our county. The fires in this county, LJ, were up in the Cohota Wilderness. There are no houses up in the Cohota Wilderness unless it's the remnant of a pioneer cabin saved because of its historic significance. It could be gone. Those could be gone. I think there's 2 up there, as I recall. But it's going to be an ugly place for a year or 2. Green will come back, however, and fires are essential to good forest management. We all recognize it, but dang, for a long time, it's really horrible to watch and contemplate. Now, that brings me around to another article I think is interesting. Is the left is going to freak when they hear the latest news on global warming. And many of us have recognized the global warming case that the Greens want to put on us as a trick to scare us into giving up more money to other people for their. It's difficult to explain, I think, in a few words. I hadn't prepared for it until I saw this article. But every year we hear the Greens talking about the Arctic is melting. And they show us photographs of a bear, a polar bear, on a slab of ice floating in the water, a little slab of ice. Well, what they have been doing for a long time is going up there with their icebreaker, breaking up ice in certain places, and photographing it, and then showing us on television and their sites how horrible it is that global warming is melting the ice, and here's this poor polar bear out there floating around. He's lost. He can do nothing. Well, the fact is, they break up the ice with their ship. Do you remember last year their ship actually got iced in? They had to be rescued. They had to be rescued, and that put an end to that. And besides, one polar bear on a slice of ice, he's there because he wants to be. He's not there because he's floating off into oblivion. And you look around behind you, right where the camera was standing, taking a picture of that polar bear, is probably 1,600 to 2,000 other polar bears. There's a little town in Canada called Fort Campbell that has a polar bear problem. They're everywhere. People do not go out at night because the polar bears have taken over the streets. And polar bears are all the way through Russia, Alaska, Canada, the North Norwegian state, Norway and Sweden. I mean, that's all. The polar bears are everywhere. It's like eagles. American bald eagle. The bald eagle is a protected species, and if you even have a feather, you can be arrested and sent to jail. And fined, of course. But if you go to Alaska, the bald eagles up there are as thick as sparrows, all running around on the beach, looking for something to eat, fighting one another, snatching food, dead fish floating up. They don't stay there long. They're everywhere. Absolutely, bald eagles are everywhere. It's not an endangered species. I know that myself. I saw it myself. I got dozens of photographs of eagles just sitting around like damn pigeons. So, hey, we allow ourselves to be scared. But anyway, the green people on this frozen ice business, they break up the ice, take pictures, and then they come to us and they go crazy, screaming that the ice is melting, the ice is melting. Oh, my beautiful wickedness. Oh, that was in The Wizard of Oz, wasn't it? Last winter, a team of scientists on a research ship got stuck in the ice and had to be rescued. The year before that, they had some whales that got stuck in the ice because it was too much, and they had to send in the icebreaker to free them and open the channel so they could get back out into the water with the whales. Jesus. So anyway, we are filled with alarmists. Let's see what else we got here. And let's talk about, go back to our politics. Politics is in the air right now. Brian, I hate to, don't make a point of trying to cover what Brian Pritchard has said already, BKP, about politics, but I'm a little alarmed that he wants Mitt Romney, Donald Trump, wants Mitt Romney, or is still communicating with Mitt Romney, but we do have some good picks here that I think are important to realize. To go through his picks, of course, Senator Jeff Sessions for Attorney General, very, very, very important point. I'm sure that Chucky Schumer, the Senate minority leader, will absolutely challenge Jeff Sessions because they know what he's going to do. He's going to absolutely dismantle a lot of those programs. He's going to go after Hillary. He's going to go after the Clinton Foundation. Bet on it. Bet on it. That's in the works. The Secretary of Health and Human Services is our Georgia's own Tom Price. Dr. Tom Price. They're going to challenge him too because he's going to go after Obamacare. And Dr. Price, for years, as a member of the Congress, has had a plan put in place on paper that will replace Obamacare, and it will work. And it is in the hands of Paul Ryan, who has had similar ideas on paper. These things will work. Obamacare is a scheme designed to capture our money by making everyone responsible to the government for their health care, the single payer. That's not the American way. That's on the way out. So look for a big fight there. Elaine Chao, she was Secretary of Labor under George W. Bush. She is Mitch McConnell's wife. She's probably very capable, but that throws up a red flag to me. She's been selected for Secretary of Transportation. Transportation is an important thing. First, America has come to rely on its interstate system, and a lot of these are in desperate need of being rehabilitated, roadway services, and even bridges. Some bridges. Remember a couple of years ago, a bridge collapsed on an interstate in, St. Paul, and dumped a bunch of people in the river. That's the kind of thing that has to be avoided. So as a start, they have to go out, send engineering inspectors out and check bridges. Now, whether it's the federal government does that or the individual state, it still has to be provided for. We're so far in debt, another $1 trillion, I guess. I hate to say it, it would hurt. It would put us further in debt, but it needs to be done. Also that needs to be done, we need to look at high-speed rail. High-speed rail. there has been a proposed high-speed rail between Atlanta and Chattanooga. I'm for that. I'm absolutely for that. But it won't affect me because I don't live anywhere within. Chattanooga is 100 miles from me. I can be there in 2 hours and do so often in my automobile. And I do so on back roads that are not clogged and crowded until I get to I-75, which is often crowded, but it moves in a straight line very fast. I have no complaint with that, but I do like high-speed rail travel. Having lived and worked in Europe for years, in the Far East for years, I understand how trains really work and how they move a lot of people in a short distance in a fast amount of time. Very important. And I'm just telling you from my personal experience. We have a train track that runs right here through LJ. Now, it's privately owned, but I think the state owns the right of way. And it used to be the L&N, and now it is the North Georgia Central Rail, Northeast Railway, private company. Between Blue Ridge and Tate, the tracks are there. They have been, the railroad crossings have been restored a couple of years ago. For some reason, you don't spend money on a rail line that's dying. So I think that I suspect that there's some plan for this, at least to move cargo, freight, but it also has some physical flaws that have to be overcome. For example, once you get into Pickens County, that are areas the train runs over at 10 miles an hour, and that's the speed from here almost to Marietta, that is undermined by mines from years and years ago, mines being limestone. Now we have open pit, and from Tate south, the railroad hauls a lot of that limestone products to the world market from Tate. But between Tate and here, not much rail traffic, except if they're bringing cars back and forth, and they do it very slowly. I see that as a potential for a passenger rail service, and it doesn't have to be a streamlined train, but it should be a 2 or 3 or 4 car electric train or diesel electric train that will run that. And I'm being signaled it's time for our commercial break, so we'll see you on the other side after these words from our sponsors. I can hear the rain on the roof now. How about you, Cole? Yep, I think we're going to have a rainy day. Take us out.
Pizza Hut makes great pizza, but they can't tell you what a gift it is. I can. They took a grilled cheese and combined it with stuffed crust pizza. To think, I almost wasn't here to try it.
How did you?
It's not important, Jan. What's important is that I watched the sunrise this morning. Then I got to stand in a room filled with this pizza. And later I'll stare at the ocean. Or maybe I'll learn Russian. Or listen to jazz. Or try my hand at needlework. Or open a door for a beautiful woman. Or read a human interest story or make dessert wine. Or ride a wild horse. Or experiment with watercolors. Eat every slice like it's your last. Especially you, Doug. Especially Doug, right? You care about Doug. The grilled cheese stuffed crust pizza. Proof that no one outpieces the Hut.
Circuit World, brand name merchandise at unbelievably low prices. Furniture, appliances, and electronics. Circuit World is locally owned and operated, serving the tri-state area. Circuit World has highly trained professionals to help Visit your hometown Circuit World today. 3 locations in Georgia, Ellijay, Blue Ridge, and Blairsville, Franklin, and Murphy, North Carolina. No credit checks, so let Circuit World deliver to you today.
El Rey and Ellijay.
El Rey Mexican Restaurant.
Family owned and operated and a local favorite for families, parties, and meetings.
Great prices.
Friendly service and delicious Mexican cuisine.
Patio dining available.
Come sing in Carlos's Cantina every Friday 9 to 1.
Eat in or take away.
Same location for 14 years. Open 7 days at the corner of Maddox Drive and 515. North Georgia's favorite Mexican cuisine. El Rey and Ellijay.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
When Days Chevrolet in Jasper gives thanks, we give big. With over 20% off MSRP on remaining 2016 models and savings up to $10,000. New Silverado crew cabs from just $31,900. Or get 20% off MSRP plus days discounts on 2016 Malibus. Now just $18,900. Save up to $10,000 off MSRP today at Days Chevrolet in Jasper.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in Ellijay, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
I'm Sheriff Dane Kirby, and I'll stand up for you.
I'm Stacy Nicholson, Sheriff of Gilmer County, and I will stand up for you.
Stand up and speak out. No matter how rich, cool, talented you believe yourself to be, how you treat people ultimately tells all. I am Allison Sosby, District Attorney, and I'll stand up for you.
Pizza Hut makes the best pizza in the entire universe, but they won't tell you that. I've been marooned on this planet for a while now. You are an impressive race. Your children know excellent hiding places. Your oceans aren't filled with lava. And you figured out how to combine a grilled cheese sandwich with a Pizza Hut pizza. Surely interstellar travel will soon follow. And then I can finally get back home. Round. Round like home. The grilled cheese stuffed crust pizza. Proof that no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Well, welcome back, my friends. This is George McClellan at FYN TV, the third hour of FYN TV's daily online live internet talk show. I can be reached at 706-889-970. If you want to join the conversation or interpose anything. I mentioned Elaine Chao was appointed the Secretary of Transportation. She's the wife of Mitch McConnell, the Senate Majority Leader. I see problems there, but we'll see how. That's what Trump wants, and I'm going to trust Trump on this, but I'm going to trust him with verification when it comes about. That's Reagan, trust but verify. The ambassador to the United Nations is selected as Nikki Haley, a great choice, I think, there. As a fact, Nikki Haley could eventually become Secretary of State in some administration down the road. Philanthropist Betsy DeVos, she's a billionaire, but she made her money honestly with this. With her husband, they own the business that sells American products to women on television or house to house. But she's Secretary of the Education, and I think I'm looking forward to seeing what this woman comes up with. The Chief of Staff, of course, Reince Priebus, who is or will soon leave his job as the chairman of the Republican National Committee. National Security Advisor, Defense Intelligence Agency Director Michael Flynn, also Lieutenant General, U.S. Army, retired. He was an intelligence officer during his whole military career. The CIA Director is Mike Pompeo. Pompeo is a Republican representative. Secretary of the Treasury, Steve Mnuchin. I have red flags on this one. He comes from Goldman Sachs. Why has Goldman Sachs provided all of the candidates for Treasury in the last several administrations? What hold does Goldman Sachs have over this process that they can insert their man into the process? I want you to be aware of that. Just keep your pens and take notes, because something's going to happen there. Secretary of Commerce, another financier, 78-year-old man. Hell, he's older than I am, for God's sakes. Wilbur Ross, a billionaire. Well, let's see what the man can do. There's some ties. All these people apparently have some ties to the Donald Trump company. But we've got millionaires talking to millionaires. And the one thing I can say about millionaires and billionaires is they know how to make money. They know how to get the job done. They know how to make work, return work to America. So I'm very optimistic on this. I'm very optimistic on it. We'll see what the Senate Democrat Senate members will say and do. That'll be interesting. And also, here's one: administrator for the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid. Two areas of definite problems. They'll fall under the Obamacare reversal. That's a very important task role, and it's been given to Indiana health policy consultant Seema Verma. I know nothing about this woman, so that we'll wait and see what that's out about. The article continues, we may quibble with a few here and there, but overall it's really a good group, particularly considering the perceived limited circle of connections and talent around Trump during the campaign. By and large, there's a pretty darn conservative cabinet, and one that's sufficiently experienced, professional, knowledgeable, and prepared for the massive task before them. We will recall that Obama's circle of advisors had no business experience at all. And look where America is today. It's in the crap hole, absolutely in the crap hole. Economically, trade, world trade, deals with trade deals with other countries, and the Iran debacle. So we at least we have people here who are capable of making things happen. In fact, if any of the other 16 Republican presidential candidates had won, it's easy to picture some of these same names appearing in those Republican cabinets. What's more, there's still quite a bit of experienced managerial and legislative talent walking through the lobby of Trump Tower these days. Mitt Romney, David Petraeus, Rick Perry, retired General James Mattis, Representative Marsha Blackburn, and Oklahoma Governor Mary Phelan. So he's bringing women to the fore, so he's not a sexist. That argument is done with. General Mattis, he's a kick-ass warrior. He should either be, I should think he'll either be the Department of Defense or the VA. That nest has to be cleaned out. But we had a general officer run the VA one time a few years ago, and it was a disaster. But he was an Obama appointee, so he was appointed because he clung to Obama's ideas of what to do, how to run government. Nothing happened, in other words. David Petraeus will not be Secretary of State. And what's missing from this list is Rudy Giuliani. Petraeus will not be Secretary of State. He admitted that he mishandled classified information, was fined as a misdemeanor, and not sent to jail, but that's it. That's over with. But the very fact that he did it, will give Hillary Clinton an option to complain that Trump is showing favoritism. There's a place for General Petraeus, but it is not as Secretary of State. And Mitt Romney, I think absolutely believe that Mitt Romney, after the wonderful demonstration he made at bringing the Olympics back into solvency several years ago, the Winter Olympics in Utah, I think it was, he returned it to solvency with his abilities as a businessman, would make a great Secretary of State. But also, he hated Bush, he hated Trump, and he's part of that swamp that we need to drain. And I hold my judgment on that. I really hold my judgment on that. I know nothing about Marsha Blackburn. I do. I've met the woman. She came to GOP convention here in Georgia a few years ago and gave a speech, a very good speech, 9th District speech. But I know nothing either about Mary Phelan. So perhaps most surprising is that some of the figures most loyal and visible during the campaign haven't even been named to any cabinet position yet. I might add Newt Gingrich. Now Newt has gone all in on keeping Romney out. So has Kellyanne Conway. I cannot figure out yet or understand yet whether that's an orchestrated ploy. I think it might be an orchestrated ploy, but I don't know why. Because Kellyanne Conway uses words that somebody else used the same words on a television interview. So that sounds like they're reading from a script. And scripted things, and there's a motive behind scripted programs. Trump noted they would feel better if Mike Pence was the guy really handling the details, but that's not Trump's way. It's Trump's to handle. We might get something akin to that scenario. Trump's chances so far reflected Pence's policies. Pence will be a president one day, probably in 8 years. Potentially proving helpful on Capitol Hill, where the Indiana governor and former House Republican leader has long expected to help Trump most. Pence's devotion to conservative principles and his relationship with powerful groups, including the Heritage Foundation, very important. Heritage Foundation wants to pull the plug on the swamp, so it is drained. That's where they're coming from. They have allowed him to help Trump navigate a Washington terrain that is unfamiliar to the billionaire business mogul who just ran his first campaign for any office. It was a successful campaign, so obviously there's something there. They do need people who understand the system. Pence understands the system, but Pence was not and cannot be classified in that elite Republican establishment group. I think that's why he got out of Congress, ran for governor of Indiana, and was a successful governor. A top Pence aide said Tuesday that Trump and Pence consult on all cabinet picks. Pence even got a close friend, Representative Jeb Hursuling, a Republican from Texas, into the mix for Treasury Secretary. though that nod ultimately went to Steve Mnuchin, and that they communicated throughout the transition. So Trump is making the final decision, and that's clear that he's doing that. As for the relationship, the aide said they could look like something of an odd couple, but that's balancing works. Pence, the aide said, was the only person who would have had the discipline to make it through the gauntlet, like the campaign and not lose faith and not lose faith. It was a gauntlet. And there are people who started right off on Trump's side, and they haven't been rewarded yet. They stayed true to him, and I'm talking about representatives and some senators. But we'll see what happens there. Do you recall, here's interesting, do you recall Obama's stray voltage theory? Well, the gist of that was the president purposefully overstates his case, knowing that it will create controversy. That sparks attention, and the attention provokes conversation, and conversation embeds previously unknown or marginalized ideas in the public consciousness. Sounds like a good plan. Part of it was a cynical calculation to let an argument about a presidential statement ensure a topic stayed front and center in the public's mind. That's good PR, that's propaganda work. There's also the side effect of ensuring that a brouhaha about a presidential statement overshadowed actual policy decisions that may be more consequential but are less dramatic and interesting to the news media. And before we go any further with this line of thought, I'll turn it over to our sponsors and give them a shot.
Pizza Hut makes great pizza, but they can't tell you what a gift it is. I can. They took a grilled cheese and combined it with stuffed crust pizza. To think, I almost wasn't here to try it.
How did you?
It's not important, Jan. What's important is that I watched the sunrise this morning. Then I got to stand in a room filled with this pizza. And later I'll stare at the ocean. Or maybe I'll learn Russian. Or listen to jazz. Or try my hand at needlework. Or open a door for a beautiful woman. Or read a human interest story, or make dessert wine. Or ride a wild horse. Or experiment with watercolors. Eat every slice like it's your last. Especially you, Doug. Especially Doug, right? You care about Doug. The grilled cheese stuffed crust pizza. Proof that no one outpieces the Hut.
Circuit World, brand name merchandise at unbelievably low prices. Furniture, appliances, and electronics. Circuit World is locally owned and operated, serving the tri-state area. Circuit World has highly trained professionals to help. Visit your hometown Circuit World today. 3 locations in Georgia, Ellijay, Blue Ridge, and Blairsville, Franklin, and Murphy, North Carolina. No credit checks, so let Circuit World deliver to you today.
El Rey and Ellijay.
El Rey Mexican Restaurant.
Family owned and operated, and a local favorite for families, parties, and meetings.
Great prices.
Friendly service and delicious Mexican cuisine.
Patio dining available.
Come sing in Carlos's Cantina every Friday 9 to 1.
Eat in or take away.
Same location for 14 years. Open 7 days at the corner of Maddox Drive and 515. North Georgia's favorite Mexican cuisine. El Rey and Ellijay.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East LJ. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
When Days Chevrolet in Jasper gives thanks, we give big. With over 20% off MSRP on remaining 2016 models and savings up to $10,000. New Silverado crew cabs from just $31,900. Or get 20% off MSRP plus days discounts on 2016 Malibus. Now just $18,900. Save up to $10,000 off MSRP today at Days Chevrolet in Jasper.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
I'm Sheriff Dane Kirby, and I'll stand up for you.
I'm Stacy Nicholson, Sheriff of Gilmer County, and I will stand up for you.
Stand up and speak out. No matter how rich, cool, talented you believe yourself to be, how you treat people ultimately tells all. I am Allison Sosby, District Attorney, and I'll stand up for you.
Pizza Hut makes the best pizza in the entire universe, but they won't tell you that. I've been marooned on this planet for a while now. You are an impressive race. Your children know excellent hiding places. Your oceans aren't filled with lava. And you figured out how to combine a grilled cheese sandwich with a Pizza Hut pizza. Surely interstellar travel will soon follow. And then I can finally get back home. Round. Round like home. The grilled cheese stuffed crust pizza. Proof that no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Well, good morning. Welcome back to Georgia's Hour on FetcherNewsTV.com, North Georgia's only live internet TV talk show. You can contact me at 706-889-9700. We're talking about the stray voltage theory that Obama put out, and it's a method of regurgitating propaganda, putting it in the public's mind, and removing something else over here. It's the old two-card money type of shift. Imagine, if you will, to use as a metaphor, President-elect Trump declaring he wants to strip away citizenship of people who burn the flag. That's not going to happen. Trump knows that's not going to happen. But why did he say it? In the incoming Trump administration, if the incoming Trump administration really is using a variation of the stray voltage approach, and Democrats really have an uncontrollable impulse to focus on the controversy statement or the statement of the day, the Trump administration could end up being stunningly effective in policy making. A lot of seemingly dry and boring regulations can be repealed, executive orders withdrawn, rewritten, and reissued. Legislation passed by the GOP majorities in Congress and signed, all while the political world froths at the mouth about the president's latest tweet. Trump is a genius. He understands that theory, and he's using it to the best good effect. So there we are. Time to move on to something more interesting to you. We have what I wanted. Oh, Nancy Pelosi. The Democrats are in total disarray. I read to you in my essay yesterday that they are in fact a coastal party, not a national party. A coastal party. What's that mean? That means that the West Coast, San Diego, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Seattle, Portland, Oregon, those are all liberal bastions of political thinking. Those are almost communist front countries. On the East Coast, Miami, New York, Boston. So what about the great in-between? They're not there. And you look at the red map, the electoral map, and you'll see that that is true. Now, there's a Tim Ryan, a Democrat representative from Youngstown, Ohio, is challenging Pelosi, Nancy Pelosi from San Francisco. Oh, she was also born in Baltimore, Maryland, so I'll keep that in mind. But she's a representative from San Francisco. He's challenged her to be minority leader. And he gives very, very good reasons why. All of them, excellent reasons to a conservative, but reasons that will kill him when it comes to appointing him as the minority leader. It ain't going to happen. And we should encourage that it doesn't happen. He's more valuable to us as a backbencher. She's more valuable to us as the leader of the Democrat Party. She's an idiot. She talks like one. She sounds like one. The babbling that comes out of her mouth, you'd think we're the simpletons out here. Do you remember? We have to pass it to see what's in it. Well, that should have killed it right then, that Obamacare, and that 8 long years ago, but it didn't. It didn't. So now we're saddled with moronic laws passed by idiots. But anyway, we need to keep Nancy Pelosi as the leader of the minority party in Congress. So much for that. Representative Bob Corker of Tennessee, a Republican, lauded Donald Trump's foreign policy ideas after meeting with the president-elect at Trump Tower last Tuesday. It's been an honor to have the kind of meeting that I had yesterday, said Corker. So Corker could have a place in the administration. We'll see. He wouldn't have been at Trump Tower if he hadn't. Republicans push back. The debate over seeking recounts in states won by Clinton. Won by Clinton. The countdown is on to see whether efforts by the left to call for recounts in this year's presidential election actually make a difference in the final tallies. Attention continues to swirl around the Green Party candidate Jill Stein's push for money. She did it for money. The recount is a sham. She had no money going in, and now suddenly she's got $7 or $8 million in the bank that saps out here in the great wilderness have mailed her to help her pay for a recount. There could be a recount. Why would you send money to her? Now she's got $7 million. She had $58,000 cash in her bank account last week. Now she's got $7 million. So what the heck? We'll see where that's going. Some experts, through questions whether the same attention should be given to states Clinton won by similar margin. For comparison, the latest election tally shows Clinton winning Nevada by 26,434 votes, only slightly larger than Trump's 24,000 vote lead in Wisconsin. The margins are fairly close, not as close as we've seen historically in some past elections, though close enough that they can potentially trigger a recount. So what if the Republicans now challenge in, and we can afford it, now challenge in Nevada? So there's the goose, the other side of the horn, of the coin. So there we go. We have so many things. It's fun to try to keep up with these things. Let me go to my latest. My thoughts, George's thoughts. This is an essay. I have not published it yet. I just put it out. It is, I just finished it this morning, actually. And I like this little machine. It's a nice little tablet, but it works slow. Here we go. All right. We're getting closer, and here we are. This is one of my short takes. It's called Fantasy Football or Fantasy Politics. A nice metaphor came to me. Fantasy football or fantasy politics? An interesting question was asked recently in a New York Times article. Is fantasy football a tawdry example of wicked gambling, or is it simply an exercise in fledgling capitalism? Now, I'm not a fantasy football player. I don't have the time or the interest or the resources to spend trying to make money off of fantasy football or figure it out. The question came up because a practitioner of fantasy football bragged he had made over $100,000 playing the game, and he had worked hard for it. He likened it to the stock market, where buying and selling for profit is not considered a gamble, but a calculated risk based on good intelligence and, might say, analysis work. He said gambling was where one simply relies on the chance roll of the dice or the turn of a card with no effort made by the player to gather data or analyze its implication. These players, in the end, will invariably lose it all to the house. Card counters who gamble will quickly find themselves thrown abruptly out on the street. Fantasy footballers, on the other hand, who are good, will collect their winnings. Politically, for Democrats, the nonsense going on about recounts, who won the popular vote, and threats to electors, etc., exposes their position as fantasies. The whole Democrat Party has been a socialist fantasy that maintained their primacy over ignorant voters and establishment Republicans, I might add, by pretending that they had held the value of the American people closer to their bosom than those wicked, untrustworthy, conservative Republicans. November the 8th put an end to that fantasy. It also revealed the untrustworthiness of certain conservative Republicans. That's a pity. Dr. Jill Stein, in her recount obsession, really drove a stake into Hillary's rotten heart while garnering more millions of dollars than she ever made in her campaign originally. But like a good fantasy footballer, Jill Stein hedged her bets and came out a winner, financially anyways, while delivering to Hillary her death blow. Hillary lived in the fantasy world, driven by hope, not by skillful calculation. She lived by the turn of a card and the roll of the dice. She bet on the house, and she lost. So once again, Americans have been treated to an important lesson in political gaming. The House rarely loses, or shouldn't, but Hillary did, because politics are no longer about ideas, but how one places their bets. If corruption as a lifestyle is to succeed, it must be protected. In its protection role, the mainstream media went all in for Hillary, lost decisively, and now even they, having lost their credibility, can't cover their bets. The Democrat Party played as though they didn't even need to place bets because the fix was in. Hillary was the one. It was her turn. How can she lose? Clearly, they didn't count on the ignorant masses of middle America who bet against the House. Imagine, if you will, standing at the craps table, loaded dice in your hand, and suddenly in walks the House bouncer, let's say Donald Trump, snatches up your loaded dice, gives you a fresh pair, and tells you to roll. The Democrats, all in, threw the dice, and they have been shown the door. The fantasy political crowd, media included, haven't recovered from their shock. Like jousting at windmills, they are now mounting attacks against the system they previously thought they had perverted, the one they fumbled away. They face decades of wilderness living, and the prospect is galling to them. As expected, the mainstream media have all entered the deranged zone, where nothing they say makes cognitive sense, and where screaming predictions of impeachment, resignation, or assassination against Trump proves the truly great fantasy political player seems normal. They can't believe they lost. They're deranged. And they will pay for it. Remember, freedom is the goal. The Constitution is the way. Now, go help Trump make America great again. And that brings me to the end of my hour. I'll be back tomorrow at 10 o'clock to regale you with more whatever's fresh in the air right now, nonsense about politics, who's who and what's what. Today we'll know whether Nancy Pelosi retains her position as minority leader. Very soon, we will know who will be Trump's Secretary of State, his Secretary of Homeland Security, and his Secretary of Defense. 3 top important jobs for this administration. So anyway, I wish you a good day. It's a raincoat day today, or your umbrella, or just go bareheaded. See you tomorrow. Bye.